What's the deal, my people? You know what it is, Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you with another one. I guess I should be saying my a real opening and everything else. But we're here to talk about, and I'm back here real quick. I don't think I'll be on here that long. This is not a full-fledged show or anything like that. This is just me talking strictly about the convention that was announced by HBO real quick. So let me my background thing is fell down. Let me change get that fixed for you real quick. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can. I'm going to have to. Let me put this on here real quick. Talk about the convention, and let me stop my camera for a second. All right, I gotta fix this. All right, so we're talking about the convention. Sorry about that. Just gotta fix. Why is my goose acting all crazy now? Goose is fine, and now the goose is acting nuts. Oh my god! If it ain't, I'm gonna have to pull the goose down. We're gonna have to pull down the goose for a little bit until we get the goose straightened out. Because now all of a sudden the goose is acting all nutty. Wasn't acting nutty before. Now it wants to fall forward and everything. All right, we're gonna put the goose back up in a little while. All right, so hopefully, what the hell? All right, hopefully you can hear me. Sorry about that. All right, I'm back. I'm back here right now. Let's put the camera back on, and then we can talk about this real quick. So we're talking about a convention that is by HBO. Now, there have been other conventions, and I have went to all of them. Everyone that had Song of Ice and Fire, Con of Thrones. Shout out to Con of Thrones, who's always showed the Don mad love, and I got mad love for Con of Thrones, so straight up. But before I get into it, let's say what up to some of the people who are here right now. Kristen O's in the building right now. Bryce is up in the building right now, rocking with AK-47's up in here, Smoking Too Hard's in here. Miss Duncan the Tall is up in here. The Real YT is up in here again and stuff like that. Rocking with Mark B is up in the building, baby. We got a bunch of people here rocking with Chelsea Stevens is up in the building and stuff rocking with us right now. All right, so we're talking about this convention that is being thrown by HBO, right? The main people. Now, the other ones you would call Con of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire Con unofficial conventions, all right? It wasn't put on by people who actually have something to do with the show. It was basically fans of the show or whatever that said, hey, we're going to throw a con, and it's worked. Had a good time at all of them. But this is the official convention. So let's bring that up. And I want to know if this is something that y'all interested in going to. Now, it's going to be in Vegas. Let's take a look at this real quick. I'll throw it up there for you so you can see it yourself. It is called the Game of Thrones Official Fan Convention. It is February 18th through the 20th. Only 2 days in 2022, February, at the Rio Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. Convention is coming. You are invited. Details come soon. And it says right here, let me see the full press announcement if we can go to that real quick. It says the Game of Thrones official fan convention celebrating the groundbreaking global and cultural phenomena is set to launch February 2022 in Las Vegas. In anticipation for the upcoming new HBO series House of the Dragon, the prequel to Game of Thrones, Warner Brothers, the Theme Entertainment and Creation Entertainment have partnered to bring the ultimate Game of Thrones official fan convention. Now, they are stressing the word official. Like, that's what they're you see how many times they have used that word already, official. As I said, there have been other conventions, and I guess if you look at these other conventions, you could say that they're all unofficial conventions, but they are stressing this word official, all right? So let's go back to it and let's keep reading exactly what they're saying here about this convention. Here we go. All right. Official convention. The first officially licensed fan convention commemorating HBO's iconic and world-renowned series Game of Thrones 2, the Rio Hotel Suites Convention in Las Vegas, Nevada, on February 18th and 20th through the 20th, 2022. Fans of the franchise can expect an action-packed experience with 3 days of programming featuring special guests, panel discussion, cosplay, and trivia competitions, autograph signing sessions, photo opportunities, sales of exclusive Game of Thrones merchandise, and more. The full convention schedule, along with ticket prices and on sale dates, will be announced in the coming months. Game of Thrones is a cultural phenomenon with an incredible fan base, and we are thrilled to be celebrating both with the first official Game of Thrones convention, said Peter Van Roden, Senior Vice President of Warner Brothers Theme Entertainment. This is an exciting innovation, growing one of our beloved global franchises and allowing fans to become even more immersed in the world of Westeros and beyond. This will truly be an unforgettable experience that loyal and new fans will come to love and enjoy. Our goal is to provide a grand celebration of all things Game of Thrones and non-stop celebrations for our fellow fans, said Aaron Ferris, SVP of Licensing and Business Development for Creation Entertainment. The uniquely dynamic universe of Game of Thrones and its tremendous fans allow us an unprecedented opportunity to bring innovation, entertainment, to our audience. HBO Game of Thrones has aired in over 207 countries and territories, culminating in a record-setting ratings, and over its 8 series, the show became one of the biggest and most iconic series in television history. Having recently celebrated the Iron Anniversary in April 2021, which marked its 10 years since the first episode hit television screens, Game of Thrones continues to engage passionate fans, ignite audiences, excitement, and end of the franchise House of the Dragon. Based on George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood, House of the Dragon, which is set 300 years before the events of Game of Thrones, will tell the story of House Targaryen. A recently announced cast for the House of the Dragon includes Paddy Considine as King Viserys, Matt Smith as Prince Daemon Targaryen, Olivia Cook, Alicent Hightower, Emma Darcy, Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen, Rhys Ifrans, Otto Hightower, Stephen Toussaint as Lord Corlys Velaryon, the Sea Snake, Eva Best as Princess Daenerys Valerian, Fabian Franklin as Sir Criston Cole. We know all this and everything. It's currently in production and staged to premiere on HBO and HBO Max in 2022. All the Game of Thrones are available now on HBO Max. It says here, be the first to read about Game of Thrones official convention updates. The Game of Thrones official fan convention will follow all local and state health department guidelines for COVID-19 to ensure the health and safety for everyone. And then it talks to you about Warner Brothers and everything else and all that. All right. So with that being said, this is officially ran by HBO, which means I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen at this convention. I'll tell you exactly. Number one, George R.R. Martin will be there. I guarantee you he'll be there. There's no doubt in my mind. If you ever wanted to see George R.R. Martin or meet him, this would be your chance. He's going to be there. There ain't no doubt about it. Number two, Daenerys and or John Kit Harington will be there. If they do not have any type of scheduling issues, then they will be there. They're not going to have the first ever convention without them being there. Good chance Jason Momoa will also be there too. I guarantee you that Emilia Clarke, I bet you money Emilia Clarke will be there. She'll be in the building. Now, whether you're able to get to her, whether you're able to be up there close to her, get a picture with her, that's another thing. I don't know about that. But I can guarantee you that they will be there. I guarantee it. There's no way she's not going to. I mean, listen, if she has some type of, something going on, then obviously she's not going to do it. But listen, there's no way they're not going to have her up in this. The first one ever. They're definitely going to do this right now. Now, Birdie Al, he's like, I'm going to start a GoFundMe and spend it on some meth. I think some people already got you beat to that. I think someone may have already beat you to that game. You know what I mean? Just Jackie C. Do you think George R. R. Martin will announce the release of WoW? This would be the perfect time for him to release that if he was going to say something about it. They're trying to get hype for House of the Dragon. So what they're trying to do, what this truly is trying to get the fan base to understand that there's a Game of Thrones prequel coming out and get them all excited about watching this show. This is merely a long 2 to 3 day commercial for House of the Dragon. That's all this is. You know what I mean? There's no more about it. That is what it's going to be. The Dragon demands. He's saying, but I can't afford to travel to Vegas and live in New York City. They should come to us. We need to meet. Listen, I say this. I understand people can't afford it. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. That's what it is. It's in February. You got like 6 months right now. 6 months. I mean, if you can save $300 in 6 months, that's $1,800. You can get to Vegas and back for that. $300 a month. That's all it would take. I guarantee you. And listen, if you're friends with people, you know what I mean? If you're friends with people and you can work shit out with hotel rooms with people. You know what I mean? Vegas is, if anyone's been to Vegas, the hotels ain't shit to pay for. There's so many hotels competing with each other. Hotel prices are mad cheap. Mad cheap. It's truly the flight. If you book that flight right now, I guarantee it'd be like $500 or less right now. Thank you for the super chat, Kelly Johnson. Big ups for the Wheel of Time video. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I love the Wheel of Time. I'm 4 books in. I'm on the 5th book right now. I'm not a true expert on Wheel of Time, but I will be, because that's just how I do. I'll be an expert. I'll know everything about Wheel of Time by the 2nd season, because I go through books and I go through them really fast. So, you know what I mean? I'll get through a lot of them. I'll be at least by 10 before the season's out. I go through them really fast. I'm an audio book listener, and I listen on double speed. So I'm very good at that. That's just what it is, and everything else. You know what I mean? So yeah, you could, as much done, you could room with people. I've seen a lot of people room with people. You could room. Now listen, can you room with me if you're a guy? No. I just can't room with the Don. You know what I mean? I'm being honest with you. I like you. I like you. I like a lot of people. But motherfuckers, I can't have no men bunking with me. That just don't work. It's not for the Don. If you a lady. That's a story. What I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? I can't have no knuckles in the room with Donnie Chapel. I'm just saying, I'm telling you the truth. T, would you put heads on the Forsaken? Lay them quick too, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Mark B, you know what I'm saying, Mark B. I'm sure you feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't but the bucket, but no knuckle. You ain't bucking with the Don Tony Teflon. That's just not gonna happen, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen, because you know what I'm saying. Listen, man. Oh, you know. Yeah, that is not gonna happen. He can't. I can't have that. You know what I mean? But listen, you could bunk with dudes. You could figure this out. If you truly want to go to this con, don't let money should not be an issue. Now, if you got to start a GoFundMe page, I'm not holding anything against anyone who has to do anything. But, you know, I would just say that maybe your priorities aren't in the right spot, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't need no help to get nowhere. That's just the bottom line. I got the dough. I go anywhere I want in the goddamn world. I could go. I can't be stopped. If I want to go anywhere, I got the money to go. That's the bottom line. That's it. And the passport. So I'm going to be up in the con. Now, the one thing I'm concerned about, I don't know, is will they have panels for people like me to jump on for this game? If you don't know what we're talking about the Game of Thrones official fan convention. Yes, they are stressing the word official, saying that all other conventions are unofficial, and this is truly the official fan convention that's going to work. And I'm telling you straight up, I guarantee you that Amelia Clark is going to be up in that piece. I guarantee you. Amelia Clark, Kit Harington, Samuel Tarley, all the big dudes are going to be there. All the big ones. I guarantee the first one, they will all be up in there. Everything else like that. Guarantee it. You know what I mean? Listen. As for people saying they can't afford to go, I will say this. They haven't even posted how much the shit costs yet. So how do you know you can't afford it? You know what I'm saying? They haven't even posted how much the tickets cost. They haven't even posted anything about it. So maybe you can. I would just say pump the brakes. Let's see what's going on. But my idea, if I'm trying to give people some advice, if you need to get there, listen, man, $300 a month for 6 months will get you there. Save $300 fucking dollars a month. If you can't save $300 a month, in all honesty, you're doing something wrong with your life. And that's a different video. And I'm not willing to go into it, but you know what I'm saying? $300 a month is what you have to save. To save $300 a month, you should be able to get there. You should be able to get there and eat. I'm sure you don't want to get there and starve. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But listen, I also think that they will have cast members from House of the Dragon there also. Because this is truly what it is. It's just to promote House of the Dragon. So you're probably going to be able to get, if you want to see Matt Smith, you want to see Emma Darcy, you want to see these people, I think that it's a good chance that they'll be there also. You'll have the chance to see these people. You know what I mean? You'll have the chance to see all these people from there, I guarantee. And, they're saying it's going to be an event. You know what I mean? Miss Duncan and Tall, file your taxes early. Listen, if you get money back on your taxes, then you should be good. I don't get any money back in my taxes. I pay it, unfortunately. I miss those days when I did get money back. Those were great days, but I pay in every year, so I don't really get anything. You know what I mean? But I wish I did. I remember those days. I love those days. Who don't love a lump sum of money? Those are good days in my life. You know what I mean? Good days. I wish I did. But yeah, there's ways to get there, man. You can get there. Trust me. Save your fucking money, man. And that's what you gotta do. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta do. And listen, I'm telling you, they're gonna have every sword there, the official sword there. So any sword, Blackfire, what it's gonna be in the show, and everything else, they're gonna have these swords there for sale. Everyone, Needle, Ice, anyone you could think of in the show that's gonna be featured in any of the shows, they're going to have that all day. I guarantee they will have all that there. They'll have all that. They'll have all that good stuff there. So you know what I'm saying. Listen, it sounds like a good thing. Yep. AK said I got a Valerian Oathkeeper. I guarantee they'll have Oathkeeper there. You know what I mean? There'll be everything else like that. Bernie L just no sword fights in Tony's room. Now there won't be any sword fights in my room. God damn it! It ain't gonna be. Listen, nope. Listen, I have a rule in life. All right. There's only going to be one star sword, and that's mine. All right. No, nobody else. My sword is the only star. There's no competing in this one. That's the way it is. Dragon the Mansion, I hope they use this Thrones fandom, Vegas, everything to confirm other prequel pitches that we heard. Some process of Nymeria plus animated projects like ET. I don't know if I think it's truly to promote House of the Dragon. I don't know if they're gonna use it for that. I think it's for House of the Dragon. They want you to watch House of the Dragon. You know what I mean? And that's what it's gonna be. I think that's definitely what it'll be about. Maybe possibly they would. Maybe George R. R. Martin will say something about it, but I don't think they want to distract and have any distraction away from House of the Dragon. I think they want everyone to watch House of the Dragon, so they'll have a lot of House of the Dragon stuff there. Listen. They're gonna steal stuff that these other conventions have already done. They probably had informers at these conventions. You know what I mean, and seeing what works, and just gonna do that on a higher level, on a big level. You know what I mean? To me, it's more like I want to be on a panel because I deserve to be because I'm a Don, and that's what I'm saying. Are they gonna have panels for like YouTubers and what, or is this going to be strictly cast panels? Is it going to be cast members and things like that? Most likely, that's what it's going to be. You know what I mean? It probably ain't going to be no YouTubers, so we'll just all have to go as fans and stuff like that. Regardless, I'll be there. I guarantee you, Don will be there. So if you ever wanted to meet me in person, this would be your opportunity. I know my man Big Derek Brock. We were already talking about going to Vegas, so it's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? So we was already talking about doing Vegas. You know what I mean? So that is just what it's in. Another super chat is Kelly Johnson. It seems Amelia has moved on from GOT. Doesn't matter what she moved on from. When they put that money in your face and tell you to show, they're gonna show. It's like Arya. You may get Macy Williams up in it. Macy Williams already said that she wishes that there was some type of Arya sequel. This is how you do it. You want some Arya sequel? She most likely be there. Sansa, well, the woman who played Sophie Turner will most likely be there. They're going to have the big cast members. Now, these other conventions I've been to, they've been able to get cast members. I mean, they did get Jamie Lannister. I think that's the biggest person that they got was Jamie Lannister. They got Shireen Baratheon, they got Young Hodor, they got Serial Pharrell, they got all these people in there. But Jamie Lannister, I would say, is the biggest one. They never had huge. They never have Khal Drogo. They didn't have Emilia Clarke. They've seen what other conventions has done, and they're gonna want to one up them. So that's why they're going to be like, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring in the big guns. We're going to bring in Khal Drogo. We're going to bring in Emilia. We're going to bring in Kit Harington. We're going to bring in Arya Stark, Macy Williams. We're going to bring all of them in. They've seen how much money Jamie Lannister and them got for autographs. And believe they made a shit ton of money signing autographs and taking pictures. And they're going to allow people to make this money. They're going to tell them, listen, you're going to take that money home, plus we're going to pay you out of pocket. And it's just good. It's good hobnobbing with HBO and Warner Brothers and staying on their good side if you want to be a part of something in the future. So this is what it is. So, and this is why people are going to do it. And this is what you can expect to go. If you go there, I guarantee they will be in the building. Again, will it be a chance for you to interact with them? They probably have so much security around them, especially in Vegas. You may catch someone sitting at a slot machine later on or something like that, but that would be the only case. So, if you're just joining us right now, we're talking about the official fan convention of Game of Thrones, official one that's being done by HBO and that they're putting on and everything. Those actors all moved on. Emilia Clarke and Harrington in the main MCU. I don't know what Emilia Clarke is doing in the MCU. I haven't seen her in the MCU. I don't know what you're talking about there. Please explain that to me. What role is she playing? I know Kit Harington's. Listen, that's not what it's about. I'm telling you, you don't never move on from money. You understand what I'm saying? Kit Harington is known as Johnson. You don't move on from that. That's money in his pocket. Listen, listen, when they throw money at you and tell you show up, and we're gonna pay you $50,000 for showing up, and then you get to keep all the money that you make for autographs, they're gonna show up for 50 G's. They're showing up. 50 G's, they're there. And they have the money to throw at them like that. We'll give you 50 G's for 3 days. You know what I mean? That's just what we do. Emilia Clarke, what do you want? 50 G's for 3 days? Just come down here and sign some autographs and get on the panel for 3 days and have a trip to Vegas on us for free? She gonna show up. She gonna show up. That's just what it's gonna be. That's just the way it goes, man. I'm trying to tell you. It just goes down like there's not. It's about being in good graces. I've gone to many conventions. Besides, I have friends that do conventions, right? I've been to the Chiller convention in Jersey many a times, and a whole bunch of other conventions. Listen, there's a guy, there's a guy who played Jason, the original Jason, right? From the original Friday the 13th. Now, maybe y'all don't remember the original Friday the 13th. I'm talking about the first one. The first one. The person who played the original Jason shows up at all these conventions. How long? I'm going to ask you a question right now. How long was the original Jason in the movie Friday the 13th? The first one. That's my question. How long was he in that right there? If anybody knows right now. How long was the original Jason in the first Friday 13th? Because they changed it up when he got the mask and all that stuff. That's not the first person who played. We're talking about the original Jason. AK says a few minutes as a kid. Toka says 3 minutes. Donald People says right here, a few seconds of drowning. This is when the original Jason was in the movie. He was in the movie for 15 seconds. Once in the beginning, really at the end of the movie, when he reaches up out the water and grabs the girl and pulls her off the boat. Probably like 7 seconds he's in it. Because the original movie was the mother who was killing everybody. It wasn't Jason, it was the mother. The mother was the one going around murdering everybody. Like 7 seconds at the end of the movie, he reaches up and grabs the girl and pulls her in the water. From that 7 goddamn seconds, this guy goes to convention after convention as Jason and makes a living at these conventions doing that. For 7 seconds, he goes to all these conventions as I'm Jason. I'm the original Jason. And they pay him like $5,000 to show up, and then he gets to make anything he sells, he gets to keep that. And he goes from convention to convention to convention. That's all he does to make a living right now. He had a rock and roll group that wasn't any good, you know what I mean? And he sells his CDs there. But that's what he does. There's a lot of people who do that. That's their bread and butter. That's their money. That's all they make. You know what I mean? That's all they're making and stuff like that. So you don't ever pass that up. You don't like the lady who played Hillary in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She goes around to conventions as Hillary. You know, I played Hillary in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She's working. She has stuff going on, but she still goes. You know why? Because that's a fan base. That's money. You never fuck up that fan base. You never fuck up that fan base. When you're known for something, you ride that shit till you die. That's the bottom line. You ride that because that's always money in your pocket, always something you can fall back on. Period. So they're not going to give that up. It doesn't matter what she's doing. You know what I mean? She's going to show up in that. She's not going to tell you she's going to be dressed up as Daenerys. She's going to go up there like Amelia Clark, take some pictures. They're going to give her 50 G's for showing up. And that's just going to be, she's going to take that cash with that in the bank and be good with that. Maybe make another $50,000 signing autographs. And 100 G's right there in the bank. Boom. 100 G's is 100 G's. Don't be thinking that all these celebrities is very wealthy and that don't mean nothing. Like 100 G's is nothing to them. 100 G's is 100 G's, man. 100 G's is 100 G's, bruh. And if they can make that money, they gonna take that money. Trust me, ain't no one gonna turn that for 3 days of work that's not work. Come on. They ain't turning that down. Ain't no one turning that money down. They will be there. If their schedule is no conflict in it, I guarantee they're not having this convention and just showing up there with Serial Pharrell. And that's the only person they got. They're not just going to show up there with B-level characters. It's not like this thing, they just decided yesterday to do this. They didn't just say, hey, let's have a convention. This has all been in the works. They already have it locked down. That's why they're announcing it. They know who's going to be there. They already know it. It's already done. That's why they're putting it out now, because it's already a done deal. So they already know who's going to be there. And I'm guarantee you, man, they're going to be there. Jackie C says it right there. Some of these actors also find it important to maintain that. Listen, if you're an Amelia Clark fan, she's Daenerys, and you call her my queen, you're going to watch the next movie she's in. You're going to follow her career. You're going to support her. That's what they want. They're not going to lose that base. There's a reason why it's called fan base, right? You don't lose your base. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. You keep your core. You keep that base because you can always fall back on that when things don't work out. And let's be real, not a lot of good things have worked out for a lot of these cast members. It ain't like these cast members been in Game of Thrones and came out and they're big stars now. The biggest star out of all of them is Jason Momoa. That's it. I mean, think about it. You might get Catelyn up in there. You might get Catelyn Stark up in there. She might be up in there. I would love to see her, Mia Farley. I'd love to see her up in there. You know, you might get Robb Stark up in there. I guarantee they'll pull Bran's little ass up in there. Bran will probably be up in there. Joffrey, they may bring Joffrey in there. Lena Headey is guaranteed. It will be there. Guarantee you, Lena Headey will be up in this piece, man. Guarantee she will be there. I guarantee it. They're not coming there with motherfucking the B people. They're coming there with the first one ever with all A-list people from the show, guarantee. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Dan and Dave will not be there. I can guarantee you that too. They're not going to be there and everything else like that. It's not. Let's see. Dragon the Man is saying I'd be happy with Catelyn, Rob, Marjorie, Renly, Missandei. I could see Catelyn, Rob. I could see all of them being there. Renly too. Renly. I could see them all being there. I could see them all. Robert Baratheon, the actor who plays Robert Baratheon, I could see him there. You know what I mean? And everything else. I already did the Deceptive Moon. I did the Deceptive Moon. We talked about that in a different video. We already did this. This is dedicated to kind of, I don't want to go into book things right now and go off into a rant on that Deceptive Moon things, my good man. We did that before, but if not, I'll do it again when we're talking more about that stuff. I'm just trying to go through quickly. I'm about to get off this thing anyway. Just talk about this convention and what people can expect to go into the convention. So part of me, this asked the question once again, next time I get on and we do something, and I'll go through it before next week with Phil, right before we do everything. I promise you I'll go. If you didn't catch the answer, because I gave the answer already, because you asked me that question before and I gave the answer, and we'll do it everything else like that. Let's see. It says we'll think Sean Bean, Jason Momoa, Mark Addy, who knows? All of them are on the table. All of them are on the table without a shadow of a doubt. Every one of them are on the table. As I said, they didn't think of this shit yesterday. They didn't just come up with this idea. They've had this plan for months. They've already contacted actors, told their agents, told them what they're going to pay them. They say in the thing, let's bring it up again. We'll bring it up. That's exactly what they're saying on it. So you know exactly what you can expect. It says here that it's going to be let's see. Where does it say exactly what you can expect if you go there? It says fans this franchise can expect an action-packed experience with 3 days of programming featuring special guests, panel discussion, cosplay, and trivia competitions, autograph signing sessions, photo opportunities, and sales of exclusive Game of Thrones merchandise and more. Right? So you're going to have special guests. Is the first thing they say is special guests. First thing, panel discussions, cosplay and trivia competitions, autograph signing sessions, photo opportunity. Now, they put that last because they're saying that it's opportunities. I mean, you're not guaranteed to get a photo with anybody. You're not guaranteed. It's maybe you have the opportunity, maybe you won't. They're putting that all the way at the end. But you will definitely be able to see the special guests is the first thing that they're putting up there to promoting the fact that they're going to have people there from the show. Guaranteed. And I'm telling you right now, Emilia Clarke, Kit Harington, Khal Drogo, the big people will be there. The big ones. It's not going to be no. Now, again, I got much love for. We got super chat here. Thank you for the generous super chat, Alexander Wilson. Looks like they're using it to hype House of the Dragon. The special guest will be from House of the Dragon. I said that a little bit earlier, Alexander. Maybe you just got here and stuff like that, but I agree with you because I said it. There will be people from House of the Dragon. It is there to promote House of the Dragon, but the fact that it's a Game of Thrones show, they're gonna have Game of Thrones people there. They're gonna use the Game of Thrones fandom. They're gonna have them there. Then they're gonna introduce you to all the House of the Dragon cast and the people that they introduce you to there to get you hyped up for that. So without a doubt, you will have some House of the Dragon stuff, but you're gonna have the Game of Thrones people. That's the hook right there, without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I mean? You definitely gonna have that there, without a doubt. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be the big ones. It's gonna be the big ones. It ain't gonna be Shay. Will it be Peter Dinklage? It's a possibility. It's a good possibility you get Peter Dinklage up in there. I'm telling you, there's a good possibility you're going to get the big names. You're not going to get the small time people. You're going to get all the big people in this. Oh, I just got back from watching Shang-Chi. It was pretty good. I missed the first part. Oh, it's all good. So you like Shang-Chi is pretty good. Don't give away nothing. Don't give away nothing for Shang-Chi. So pretty good. Not saying it's great, just saying it's pretty good. That's what it looks like on the trailer to me, Shang-Chi. It looks like it's a pretty good. It doesn't look like it's the greatest, but it does look pretty good. We got over 70 people rocking with us right now. You know what I mean? I want to thank everybody who came out here to represent the Don Tony Teflon, chilling with the Don Tony Teflon. Mara Chase in the building, rocking with the Don. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everything else like that. You coming out here, and we're talking about. If you just got here for a second, we're talking about the official convention. They're stressing it. They want you to know that's the thing. That's the tagline. Game of Thrones official fan convention. The official one. That they're letting you know, but that this is the one. The official. You know what I mean? This is all the other ones are unofficial. And I'm gonna shout out again to Con of Thrones, shout out to Song of Ice and Fire Con, people who put these things together before it was popular to do it. And I've had a great time at both places. So shout out. I don't know how this affects those places. I don't know how this affects that. And you know, will this hurt those two? I could see it hurting them. I could see people, only having enough money to go to one, and they spend the money on this one, not be able to go to the other one. I think what the difference would be. You know what I mean? Well, thank you for the super chat. I think the difference would be the fact that we could have people like me on panels in places like Con of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire Con. You'll have your YouTubers, you'll have your podcasts on panels. I don't know if they'll be able to do that. You know what I mean? I don't know if they'll be able to do that in Vegas, or if they'll want to do that. And they probably have their own people and everything else. So I think that would be the drawing thing, the difference between going to this one and going to the other ones. That if you really wanted to hear me do stuff, or hear Gray Area do stuff, or he'll feel the issues guy, you still have to go to like Con of Thrones and all that. Danielle's people says, I want to call Charles Dance my dear sweet brother Numsy. He is Numsy. He is Numsy. No doubt about it. That is exactly who he is. Let's see. A Dragon the Match. Hey, you're a long established YouTube channel. You should get at least submit an application. I will submit something if I have a place to submit and they do take it. I definitely will submit something. I'll see, and you know what I mean. I got I got Bridge 4 rocking with me, and so if it comes down to subscriber count, and that's what they're looking at, then Bridge is rocking with me, and Bridge is gonna say, "Listen, I'm coming on with Tony's Apple." And he's gonna bring me out there, and that's it. That's the way it's going down. You gotta use your friends. That's what it is. You gotta use your friends to your advantage. That's what they're there for. Now, Jess says I'd rather listen to fan panels and actors panels. Everything I care about from actors is done. The actors are, actor panels. I've seen them do them at the cons, and I'd say like a couple of them make a couple of jokes here and there. Varies. The actor who plays Varies, he's pretty funny. He's got good one-liners. He comes out with some shit. You know what I mean? So there's a good chance you'll see Varies at this panel. Good chance you'll see Varies there. You know what I mean? Good chance you'll see Varies at this way. I gotta figure out exactly who's throwing this stuff and everything else. That's Bridge 4. He's in the building right now. You see him right up in there. I'll figure out who's throwing it, and if there's a place to submit an application and things like that. And I definitely will submit mine and try to get up on a panel or host a panel or maybe interview an actor or something like that. Maybe I'll get naked on stage. Whatever it takes. It's Vegas. You know what I'm saying? It's Vegas. I'll bring the heat when we go out to Vegas. As I said, me and my man Derek Brock, we already making plans to go to Vegas. So, it seemed like that's what's going to be. It's going to be set. We're going to be up in this piece, and that's where it's going to be. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it goes and stuff. So we definitely going to be up in the building, man. And hopefully, y'all be able to join me at the convention. Again, Bridges just here in case Bridges ain't seen it. We're talking about the Game of Thrones official fan convention made by HBO and everything else like that. And all that good stuff. And Bridge, we're gonna use your subscriber base to get us on these panels if they have any panels for us. So we're gonna talk about that, Bridge. We're gonna try to submit some shit and get us up in there. I'm not playing. You think I'm playing? I'm coming out full burlesque show up in this. Me, Phil, and Bridge coming out in the burlesque show up there, Game of Thrones. I'll dress up like John Bro. I have the Jon Snow costume on with the Afro wig. Think I'm playing? I'll be up in there. You know what I'm saying? Full burlesque coming up in there. You know what I'm saying? The full Monty. You know what I'm saying? We'll be up in there doing it. Don't play with me. I don't be lifting these weights not to show these goddamn body. I don't be lifting these weights not to show this body. I'm going up in that motherfucker. Listen, when you're in Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, baby. You know what I'm saying? We gonna stay up in Vegas and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The Fernandez T-shirt, I got $20 for y'all to keep your drawers on. There may be women who are paying more for me to take them off, bro. You may have to up that ante. Because I think a couple of women might pay more than 20 for us to take it off, baby. High bid wins. High bid wins, baby. that is just the way it goes down and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We got Phil. Let's see if Phil wants to come in real quick and talk about this con real quick. If he can, before we go. I'm only going to stay up here for 20 more minutes. Let me see if he can. If he can, I'm sure he will. But if he can't, then, he can't. That's it. But this is just, as I said, this is just some quick thing, just talking about this. I'll shoot him the link before he even answers, because, once the link is shot, then that's when you get the guilt trip. And I'm the king of doing that to people. Oh my God. Oh, I got people out there in Vegas too. So, I really got to go because I got so many people out there that I need to see that I haven't been after that I can contact and let them know I'm coming out. And it's just be on and popping when I get up in there and everything else like that. And I'm trying to let's see. I just got 30 for you all to throw your drawers on Fernando's head. Now listen, number one, Fernandez, there ain't no damn skid marks in my underwear. All right, I don't wear drawers. All right, I don't wear drawers. It isn't drawers. Old men wear drawers. I wear boxer briefs. Number two, ain't no damn skid marks and nothing to me. I'm a grown ass man. I know how to wipe my ass. I'm not a child. You know what I mean? So they ain't none of that. You ain't got you that wouldn't be the last thing. Number one, two, I wouldn't throw it on your head. I ain't that type of man. That's never gonna happen. All right, that's not gonna go down like that. That's not the way it is with me and everybody else. Mr. No Name is saying, hoping everybody in the chat is doing well. You know what I'm saying? Drawers. Who the fuck wear drawers? I no goddamn drawers. I wear goddamn boxer briefs, tight, sexy ones too. You know what I mean? Because I got to keep the boys up there and elevate. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't want no damn drawers. I don't want no damn Fruit of the Looms. That's what drawers are. They're like those Fruit of the Looms, some white ones that your mother put you in and stuff when you were younger. Those cheap ass ones and stuff. And all that good stuff. No, I'm a sexy man. God damn it. No, I ain't playing with y'all. I ain't playing with y'all. You know what I mean? That's what. But no, it's Vegas, baby. I hit my man from Fernandez. Hit my man Derek Brock up and let him know that we definitely go on in there. Let Paul go ahead. Tell him, Paul. Tony T rules pre-show. That's right. That's right. Make sure you thumbs up this and everything else like that. Fernandez T, I just watched your Wheel of Time breakdown. Can't wait for your next breakdown. Thank you very much. It would have been better. I was just rushing to get it out. So my next breakdown on the Wheel of Time, I will go through everything point by point, photo by photo, and tell you exactly what it means. I didn't want to spoil anything because it's hard. Like I said, I'm not fully vested in Wheel of Time. I'm 4 books in, going on to the 5th, and I'm not fully vested into it. I don't know everything about it yet, but what I do know, I can say, and from what I've seen there, I know the stuff that I'm saying there. So I don't want to spoil stuff for people who've never had anything, but I want to give you enough backstory so that you know what you're watching when you go into it. But I don't want to spoil anything. So it's a very thin line that I'm trying to walk. But my next video, I'm going to tell you exactly what everything is. I'm just going to lay it all out there because I know what it is. You know what I mean? But I know some people want to go in there not knowing nothing. You know what I mean? There's like 14 books in the Wheel of Time, I do believe. I think it's 14 and everything else like that. You know what I mean? Kelly John say, yeah, hand's nice, but you catch a fast one from Easy. You know, well, Easy's not alive anymore, so I don't think that anything. But he was too small for me. He's just too small. He just too little to stand up with me. I'm not a small dude. You know, I'm 5'10". I'm 190 pounds. You know, I'm not. It's not 190 pounds of fat either. So, you know, and I hit real. You know, it's just he's just too little for me. It just wouldn't work for him. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't work for him. Like I said, I boxed for 7 years. I wrestled in high school. You know, for 3 years. You know, I didn't win states. I went to sectionals. I lost in sectionals twice to the same person. You know what I mean? But I got there. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So I'm not saying anything about me. I'm not trying to brag. I'm from Queens, New York. I'm not Superman. I'm just who I am. I'm a man. And I stand up for mine. And anyone who tries to come at me, if you don't know who I am, then that's shame on you. You should have did your research. Don't let this face fool you, man. Don't let the face fool you. That's what it is. You know. What up to Robert Smiley in the building, rocking when this came. A little late, he said, but he's here. Glad that you're here. We got Phil Issues guy. He's here in the building. We'll wait for him to come up in here, and then we'll bring on film. Have him talk about how he feels about this convention and how this convention is going on and stuff like that. Tony has gone from fighting kangaroos to fighting dead people now. Now, first of all, I didn't say I was going to fight Easy. They brought that up, Siren. Stop beefing. You ain't Bernie. All right. Next. I'm telling you what happened with a kangaroo. I'm 100% confident what happened with a kangaroo, and you know it too. And that's it. That's what you. I can't wait to see you in person, Siren, one day. I cannot wait to see your little ass. I'm gonna see you one day in person. All this shit y'all talk. Y'all be told, listen, I'm gonna see y'all. One day y'all got to. You got to. I'm gonna see you in your face, and I'm gonna ask you about what's good now. What's going on now, shorty? What's going on with them words now? We're gonna see. Are you gonna see like jelly melting? I was just kidding. That's what's gonna be. You gotta be like, oh my god, and grabbing on the dude's arm, be like, I didn't know your arm was that big. Now you do. Now you do. Now you do. Oh, we got a super chat. John T. Gonna throw hands against the White Watch. I already told you I break a White Walker down. You know what I mean? I'll break it down. Everything will be all right. All right, Dragon the Man, he's got some information here and stuff like that. He said, I just checked out the DC Fandom Scum from last year. They managed to have about 11 panels per day for 3 days, 1 panel each power. I wonder how they'll fit 30 hours of content in for this. I could see them doing it, you know what I mean, and everything else, like, you know what I mean? You know, I could see them fitting that in there. You would just have to have enough people. Now, the whole thing about it is that you're gonna have enough people to do that. You don't want to run people panel like you don't want to have Amelia Clark on 5 panels. If she's in the panel, she's gonna be in 1 panel. Like most of these A-list stars, they're gonna do 1 panel a piece. And you may have Amelia Clark with Khal Drogo. You may have a couple of people like that, but they're not gonna have them doing multiple panels. You know what I mean? That's just not the way it's going to be. He's in the building. You know who he is. You all love him as much as I do, I'm sure. And that is the one, the only for the issues guy. What's going on, brother?
How's it going? Guilt trip worked. You sent it before I had a chance to answer. So all I'm really doing here is sitting here playing video games. I might as well jump on for a second. And I tend to agree with you that I think the celebrities will do some of the lesser celebrities that aren't doing as much and aren't being paid as much will probably do maybe a couple days, a couple sessions, maybe one groups. Each one of them will do one individual panel where they'll be sitting alone with a host of some kind that will be fielding questions from the audience. And then they'll probably do like a group one where they have whatever Stark kids are there, whatever, group them in certain groups. Daenerys's group, if Emil shows up, or different groups of people, a panel with the two Darios or something. You might see something like that. But
like a Lannister panel, or
yes.
Lannisters together, the Starks panel, or whoever the Starks people there, got them together. I think you have a Khal Drogo and Emilia Clarke reunion panel. You'd have them there. I think it'd be something like that, like that group. But the whole thing is, I don't see them doing, like, if you ever go, like, say, the Marvel convention, right? Say Marvel's throwing something. If they have, the guy who plays Spider-Man on one panel, he doesn't come back on another panel. Like, you catch him on that one panel.
Unless they do an Avengers panel as well, and then he shows up on the big panel. But for the most part, you're right. They're just going to kind of be doing one or two things. Most of the bigger celebrities, if they have them, and who knows? I mean, they may have one or two of the bigger ones from the early one. I know you were saying earlier where it's like they are going to attempt to get all the big guns. But certain ones might have contractual obligations and stuff like that keep them out of it. Like Aquaman might be filming an Aquaman thing, and you can only get him for a video message. But I think what they're trying to do with this, and someone else said this in the chat, is turn this into sort of like what Disney does with the Star Wars weekend, and make it a big Game of Thrones weekend to promote and bring back the fan appreciation for this franchise before it dwindles out in the eye. So to Tony's point earlier, they're going to want to bring out the big guns. If you are going to see YouTube people, it's going to be like Alt Shift X and Aussie Man reviews or something. You're going to see the big huge.
It'll be the biggest ones they got. You see Emergency Awesome. The guys who don't really love it, but they got this a million.
They have 1 million subscribers.
So they're going to think people want to see them. Even in all honesty, nobody wants. I don't know anyone who ever say they want to meet Emergency Awesome. I don't know anyone who. Maybe there are people who say that.
The ones that have said that usually want to punch him in the face. It's like, I want to meet him just to punch him.
I'm not dissing the guy.
No,
I'm not saying that. I don't know anyone who's going to say, I want to, like, they want. You may like his videos, but I don't know anyone who says, hey, I can't wait to meet him. I really want to meet him. Guys,
don't worry. I'm gonna be at the Game of Thrones convention, and we'll talk about everything that's going on there. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Sorry, I'm not. I am shitting on Charlie. But I won't go there. It's not about that. But the point is, I do think there's going to be a lot of A-list actors there too, and I think the whole cast, like the beginning to end cast of House of Dragon, is going to be there. And to what Tony's point is, it's going to be similar to what you saw on a Star Trek convention midpoint when the Star Trek The Next Generation crew were introduced for the first time, and you're going to have whoever the two biggest actors that they have there be on a stage hosting whichever is the most engaged one, and say, right now we're going to welcome this group of people into our family. This is a family right here. This whole cast is like one big giant group, and we're welcoming this new group, and you should welcome them then too. Everybody, here's the cast of House of Dragons, and let's all rock on Dan and Dave together. Let's all have a drink. This isn't about Dan and Dave. Remember that, everybody. There's going to be a lot of that through this convention, I bet.
Yeah. George is going to be there. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you George is there. I guarantee you George will be there. He's a writer for House of the Dragon. He's going to be there. There's no doubt they're going to
George will probably be there. And to Dragon Demand's question, I think they're going to talk about everything. I think the panels themselves will be dedicated. I think everything will be mainly more show geared than book stuff, but you'll see a handful of book panels there. But I bet most of the panels will be more simple book show related stuff that the average Vegas dweller that might be wandering into this panel to could have fun at as well. You'll see a few specialty panels, but I do think a lot of it will be more, you'll see like a Robert's Rebellion panel explaining how Jon Snow is Daenerys is a Targaryen panel. But I do think you'll see a lot of House of the Dragon promotion. I think more than you'll see panels about it. I think you'll see every panel will be talking about, and you'll see the advertisements for House of the Dragon.
Everywhere you walk, you're gonna see House of the Dragon, House of the Dragon.
There's gonna be, I bet there's
gonna
be a green screen ride of some sort where you can pose and pay for a video to ride on a dragon. I bet there'll be something like that going on. One thing I do want to,
or they'll do there'll be like a mechanical bull that you'll sit on. You know what I mean?
There'll be like a bull. There'll be like a dragon riding challenge or something.
Yo, like who'd you get that from, buddy? Who made that up, and who are you gonna steal that idea from? The Don Tony Teflon and Tarzan, Kelly Johnson scared at JJ Abrams with the new Batman animated. Thank you so much for that super chat. We true. What up to Santivia Major in the building? She abandoned us for a little.
I do want to mention one thing I did read on the website when they were talking about vendors, and this was something about the entire, all of the conventions, not just specifically the Game of Thrones one, but excuse me, for vendors that might be applying. There's something in the facts section you should check out that there might not be a real vendor section from mom and pops and from people that design things, because every piece of gear that needs to be sold there needs to be HBO approved Game of Thrones gear. And I'm not sure if they're going to hold to that, but it seems like in the past, this convention company has done that. So keep an eye out for that when you're applying. Or if you're thinking of applying, definitely look at the website, because in the facts section, if you're a vendor hoping to sell your awesome stuff, I don't know if you need to get approval from HBO ahead of time or how it works, but there was some sort of language in there in the frequently asked questions that you may want to look into if you're one of the amazing vendors that go to the smaller conventions, to see if you can bring your wares there as well.
Yeah, I guarantee, like, listen, everything in there they want a piece of. So they may say, listen, we'll let you in and we'll make this official HBO merchandise, but you got to give us 30% of whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I stopped myself from saying that they might not want it. They probably will figure out some sort of deal with the vendors where they take X percentage of all they sell to license it temporarily for the convention.
No doubt about it. I could see them running that like that all day long. I could see them having something like that. But listen, if you can somehow say that your stuff is official Game of Thrones HBO shit, you're going to make a lot of money. It's going to be worth it. It's definitely worth it for you to do it, because then they'll put it on the HBO website too, maybe a couple of pieces of it, and you'll sell your stuff that way too. So I definitely think,
and exactly.
Knockoffs in the park.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. What Toast said, that will be the people that not staying at the Rio, staying at the casino on the Strip. Another thing for people that have never been to Vegas, the Rio is an amazing hotel, but the people that don't know, the Rio is neither downtown nor on the Strip. It's a little off the Strip. It's down the street a few miles away. So be prepared if you're staying at the Rio to know that you will be taking Ubers or taxis or the Vegas buses to get to the Strip or to get to Fremont Street, where the old Vegas is. You can walk from the Rio to the main Strip, but it's a very long off the beaten path sort of distance there. So the Rio is not actually on the Strip. That doesn't mean it's bad. The Rio is where they hold the World Series of Poker every year. It's kind of its own entity, a bit down the road. So be prepared for that if you're staying there, or if you're thinking about staying somewhere else and commuting there. It isn't exactly the easiest access of the hotels, but it is one of the nicest ones. The Rio is very nice.
And it's not close to the Bunny Ranch, if anyone's wondering.
No,
and next to the Bunny Ranch, it's not. You'll have to take a Uber to the Bunny Ranch.
And prostitution is not legal in Vegas. No, Nevada, yes. Vegas County is one of the places in Nevada. So don't mess up. Don't mess up. They're gonna come up to you in the hotel. There's gonna be little guys with little cards going like this. outside every bus stop trying to hand them to you and give you numbers. But don't be fooled. Go off the strip, as Tony said. Take your information to the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, just don't. I don't want to see anyone go in there and get lit up. You know what I mean? It's not fun to get arrested in Vegas. You don't want to do that.
Dragon Demand. There's not even a statue of Mo Green in the entire town, and I didn't ask who killed him. Sorry, that's God.
So I'm just telling y'all, be careful when you're out there and everything else and stuff like that. Make sure you take care and pride when you do things like that. Listen, will there be women scantily clad in Daenerys outfits?
Oh, fuck sure. Yeah. There are anyway in Vegas every day.
Sure. Will you, if you have a fetish of, that you wanted to ride the dragon, and there will be people there to fulfill that fetish for you.
Literally,
but I'm just saying, be cautious.
Yeah, literally, there's a section on at the end of the strip where you get a bunch of people that are all dressed in different characters, and you'll always get a Jon Snow and a Daenerys there. But you don't even want to talk to those folks too much because they're just going to try to rob you. Remember, if you're going to Vegas more than any other place that you can go, even Atlantic City, even Reno, Nevada, Vegas, there's people there trying to rip you off. And if you're a pothead, remember now that Vegas is legal weed and you do not need to be a resident. All you have to do is have your ID. Make sure you download the weed finding app. I'm blanking on what it's called, but you'll know it. Just search that in your app store, and then you can see different deals. Some of the stores will offer you different deals to go to their stores. Free amounts, free gifts as well. But remember that as well. This is going to be a very stony con because Vegas, and you might be able to check in on a Raider game. Is that no wrong time of year, end of the season? But
yeah,
the stadium is there too, which is really cool to see.
So let me give you right now
read maps. Yes,
the YouTubers that I do believe that'll be there guaranteed. And I haven't spoken to anybody. I'm just giving you my opinion of what I think. I can guarantee you that the History of Westeros will be there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. They've already been. They'll be hosting the trivia nights or something like that.
I guarantee they'll be there. Yes. There's no doubt. Aziz and Ashaya don't play when it comes. They travel overseas. You know what I mean? They travel overseas. You think they ain't going to something over here? Of course they're going over here. There's no doubt they're gonna be there.
There's no chance they're not going.
No chance they'll be there. The Don Tony Teflon will be there. I can guarantee you, I will be there. That's no cap. That's guaranteed that I'll be. There's no way I won't be there. I'm gonna put it on a line and say that Gray Area is gonna show up.
It's Vegas. It's a party.
Yeah, I think she's gonna show. I think Gray Area will show up. I'll put it on that. If Gray Area shows up, then that means, without a doubt, that Quinn is gonna show up. And if Quinn shows up, then that means LML is gonna show up.
I think Quinn shows up either. I think Quinn will come to something special like this in Vegas.
Yeah, if he goes, then that means LML is gonna go. And so I guarantee he'll go there. I could also guarantee you that Sam Rixian will be up in the building. She's a traveler. She loves to travel, and I guarantee she loves cosplaying, and she looks just like Arya when she does it. So she gonna be up in that piece without a shadow of a doubt. She's definitely gonna be in there. Who else is gonna be up in there? Who else do we think will be in there?
Sir Hunts will be there.
Not if he doesn't get enough donations.
That's true. Even he might be. He'll probably be there. Will Smokescreen be there? Al will probably be there.
I don't know about Smokescreen. He's iffy. Val does travel.
She likes to travel. It would be a good excuse for her to come to Vegas and party.
Yeah, I can see if she can get out of Canada, I could see her doing that without a doubt. Ilio and Linda Garcia from Sweden traveling. I don't know, because it all depends how their relationship is, with HBO.
Val doesn't still stream about Game of Thrones stuff, but she's a very successful Twitch streamer at this point, and I know she's still connected and will answer questions in her live streams about Game of Thrones content stuff, but she spends most of her creative energy with stream stuff with a very successful Twitch channel. If no one's checked it out, she's a very entertaining Twitcher.
Yeah, I'd see. People saying is Val still in? Oh, she's still.
Oh,
in
that's what I'm saying.
Amanda asking Amanda Crowfoot's daughter. I could see her making it there. I could see her being there. I could see Crowfoot's daughter coming out there and stuff. So I could see it. Yeah, her making it there. The ones I can guarantee is History of Westeros and me.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best. Vegas is expensive. I have to price it out, but I'm in a similar boat with some people. Like I have to see my financial situation, but probably because I was already kind of planning the trip to Vegas in the fall anyway. So maybe I could push it off to the winter and go out with some people that aren't into Game of Thrones that I was going to go out with anyway, and just have them do their own thing, meet up with them in the evening or something.
See, Carla Way, we can get you there. We can see Carla Way. That's someone that you do that's who the GoFundMe is for. People like Carla who wants to come from overseas. They're the ones who deserve GoFundMe to get them out here. You know what I mean? Not people who live in the United States. If you can't make it, you live in the United States, you don't deserve to go. In my book.
It's true. Then you're not true because you can just set some aside and just figure it out after a while.
That's what I said. I tell you, it's $300 a month. 6 months away. We'll get you there.
And for whatever it's worth, and this is another Vegas thing. I've been to Vegas too many times, sometimes with timeshare opportunities that I know how to say no to. No. Give me my free fucking room. No. You have to say no for like 2 hours, but you do say no and you get your free room. So if you get offer it, do it. Just make sure you repeat. You start turning into the no course and they'll get your ass out of there. And I've done it like 3 or 4 times. But so I know like the Vegas Easy thing.
Easy will be there.
Pete Easy will definitely be there. A lot of Steven Stark will be there, I bet.
Steven Stark will be there. Pete Easy will be there. The big
Cosplayers will probably be there.
Will be there. The big cosplayers will all be there.
But Vegas, yes, staying at the Rio, staying at the same hotel where the actors probably will be staying will be cool and all of that. But trust me, if you want to stay in Vegas, most of your cost is going to be the price to get there and then gambling and spending money and all that sort of shit. Hotels, if you don't care about staying at the actual place, are cheap as shit in Vegas. If you can stay in downtown Vegas, old Vegas, like the Three Queens, at some of the old Vegas on Fremont Street, or even some of the strip stuff like Treasure Island or something, and just easily take an Uber or hike over onto the convention every day, it'll be well worth the price. And not staying at the Rio, because the Rio is going to be awesome. It's going to be great to stay there, because it's always good to stay at the thing if you can afford it and split with someone. Do there, but the Rio rooms. Don't let the price of rooms throw you off. If you're checking out this trip and you're put off by rooms, Vegas rooms are cheap as shit if you want to find them.
Fandom Z Saints in the building is asking, is Kind of Thrones back? No, we're talking about this other convention that's coming up. It's the Game of Thrones official fan convention thrown by HBO and the people up in the bill who run the show. So as they are stressing, this is the first official convention of Game of Thrones, meaning that they're going to have all the big major stars of Game of Thrones there, plus House of the Dragons will be there.
Fandom. Fandom. Cersei might be there, and this is the same.
Going to be there.
This is the same company that threw the Supernatural convention as well.
Cersei will be there and everything else. There's no doubt about it. And everything else, there's no doubt they'll be there. I'll be there. Listen, I'll be there.
I'm 50-50 right now, but I'm hoping for it. It's February's a long way off. I'm going to try to figure it out. Right now, I'm facing a move and like a weird financial stretch, but that's a far way off. If
it's a long time from that. It's not like it's tomorrow. It's February. That's
the problem is I have like $260 in airline credits from the last Con of Thrones that I need to spend. And I looked into researching flights, and flights to Vegas are only like $300 or something like that. So I'm like, awesome, I'll use my points for it, right? But I can only use my points for one of the airlines, and the cheapest flight for that particular airline to Vegas is like $600. So I'd have to double the cost. So it might just be better.
Yeah, but it's really half the cost because you already got the other half
Yeah,
covered.
yeah.
The same thing. So it
Right.
is what it
But
is.
I need to find a flight where that money that I already have put into flights can cover my way to get there.
Yeah, I'm not a big gambler, so it doesn't matter. Like I don't care about gambling. I'm not going there to gamble. The thing that I like to do when I travel is to go to restaurants and eat.
That's
So
gambling in Vegas sometimes with
yeah, I'm not here to gamble at all. I can guarantee y'all Elamar will be there. I'm guaranteed right now Elamar.
I will be gambling a little bit, but I will be doing the Phil gambling tactic, which is getting free drinks all night by putting $100 in machines, but never pushing the button and getting free drinks when the waitress comes over, and then taking my $100 and going over to another machine, and then surprisingly end up even at the end of the night and drunk.
No doubt. And I'm just saying, anyone goes there, I hope everyone goes. I hope everyone that anybody wants to see any YouTube or anything that goes, but this know that people gonna be live in living color, baby. I'm gonna be there live and in living color with my peoples, bro. Cause I ain't going there alone. I always go travel with peoples, man, because I don't trust nothing. I got peoples who already live out there. You know what I mean? My man Kevin Kelly, light heavyweight champion of the world, he up in there. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna hit him up. I know Zab Super Judah, former welterweight champion. I know he's out there. I'm definitely gonna hit him up. I know D Kelly's gonna be out there. I'm gonna hit her up. I got peoples out there. I'm rolling with my peoples. I got my man Derek Brock. We gonna be rolling up in that piece. We ain't playing around, man. You know what I'm saying? I got enough star power from these boxes that I know out there that maybe we could pull something off and get to some of these actors. We're gonna see what the connections can do. You know what I mean? But first we're gonna try to low key, we're gonna try to get up there and get up on the and see if there's panels for us to get up on and everything else like that.
Yeah,
So
that's number one. If I'm also going to attempt to apply if it comes down to it, or we can get a usual suspects thing going on.
Bridge is gonna do it for us, man. Fuck that, man.
No, we can go. That's the thing. Even if Bridge doesn't want to go, we can go in support of the Bridge 4 channel. We'll wear Bridge 4 shirts.
Bridge is going. It's not like he has an option. I'm giving him no option. He's gonna be there and stuff like that and everything. Mark B's like, Zab Judah. Yeah, I know Zab Judah very well. I know Zab Judah very well. Man, I'm cool. I can show you a billion pictures.
Bridge, I'll be your staff. I'll wear a Bridge 4 shirt the whole time.
Subliminal hypnotism. The answer is 100%. 100%. Yes. 100%. Know that's 100%. And without a doubt. No, without a doubt. People got that's what it is. But no, I got fam out there. I got people out there. We going out there. I just travel places to have good times.
It's a fun place.
Else like that. I'm just trying to have a good time and everything.
LT Giles lives out there as well. I guess we'll get
LT Giles will be there, so I'll definitely, he'll be there. It's no doubt. The ladies, man, LT will be up in there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
He'll be in his town.
It's his town, so he'll definitely be there. I'll be there. LT Giles. I always, LT my motherfucking man. And since he live out there, he got the connections.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta get Carla Way. Let me ask straight up, Carla Way. If you had, a GoFundMe that paid your way to get out here, would you go? Cause I'm dead ass. We did it. Tarzan did it, and we got fucking Lauren Corners out here with a GoFundMe, and we got her come from our Ireland and pay for her flight and stuff out here. I would love for Carla Way to come out here. She's part of the fandom. If she would do that, I just wonder if that would be enough to get her to come out here. If we got the price for all that paid that off. I think it's big enough for In Deep Geek to show his ass up here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he'll end up flying over.
Yeah, Robert will bring his ass out.
Now Dragon Demand says, wait, I was wrong. DC Fandom was only 1 day, one track of 10 panels, 10 hours long. This is a 3-day convention. What the heck are they going to fill the schedule with? And I think that's where you're going to have a lot of events too, and that's what they seem to be symbolizing. Like probably maybe they'll do a whole demonstration, a live jousting battle, or like stuff like that. Like
Yeah, it's Vegas. They're gonna go big with it. It's
yeah, they're
not
gonna go really big.
And as I said,
There'll be a concert.
This stressing official thing. They've known what happened at these other conventions already, and they know what happened at all these other conventions that are unofficial, and they're going to try to do everything they did 10 times better. You know, they have to, because they have the budget that these other places never had. They have they like the other places really, you know, I wouldn't even know if they would say that they would have a budget. They're going in there with a straight budget. Like, you have $300,000 to spend, or whatever it's going to be. Here's $300,000. Here's $500,000. Here you go, make it happen. You know what I mean? Jackie C's like, I can't afford to take the whole family with. It's not about the family. This is Vegas. Leave the family behind. Why are you taking the family? You don't take the family.
That's what I'm saying, Bridge. What Tony and I will wear Bridge 4 t-shirts, and we're representing the Bridge 4.
It's very telling because I miss you and Phil, but for the time saying, I've been sober for a while now. We'll almost say a year at the con. So no Vegas from you're coming to Vegas. We mean you've been sober. Why wouldn't you still be sober if you went to Vegas? Why would that change? That wouldn't change.
In fairness, Vegas is an easy town to stay sober into because
you're rocking with us. You're rocking with people who will be sober with you. So don't worry about it. Bridge, I'm not having it. You know what I mean? I ain't taking no for a fucking
Tony Bridge. This is an off-air conversation.
Yeah, man. We're going to talk about this. I'm really not taking no. We're going together. We're all going to be there together. I got your back. I swear to you that I will. If that is the case, then
I will be your sponsor.
I will be sober the whole fucking time too with you. I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. I will.
I won't drink. I'll smoke.
No, I won't nothing. I won't do nothing.
I'm gonna smoke weed.
Yeah. Bridge, don't worry about it. I got you, baby. I'm telling you.
Bridge, well, I'll just smoke.
I'll be right back. Let me grab something.
Okay, who's gonna take care of my kids while you're in Vegas? Well, we could solve this problem, and Bridge could go take care of your kids while we're all in Vegas. You can drink water with fandom, and absolutely. But that one of my points is when you're in Vegas, there's as much kiddie fun stuff to do as there are, you know, going to whorehouses and getting really drunk and going crazy. You know, there's amazing arcades, there's incredible laser tag, there's some of the most amazing ice cream and foods. I sound like Gordon Ramsay. We can get some of the most amazing pizza and pasta dishes in incredible Italian restaurants. All you can eat buga de peppers and all this amazing stuff all over your face. But yeah, there's going to be full hour-long panels at the DC fandom. Were they hour-long panels with the stars, or were they other people associated with the product? I'm sure you'll see people from some of the Game of Thrones publications. Some of the writers from Watchers on the Wall will be there in doing panels as well. I think some of the bigger Game of Thrones press, you might see Josh Wigler, who does it for Entertainment Tonight, and what's her name? I forget her name. People like Rob Cesternino and some of the bigger, huger podcasts that cover Game of Thrones on the national level. The AfterBuzz people, you know, crap like that. You might see some of those stuff, like HBO after show folks.
Yeah,
you might see super fans.
Yeah, but they don't deserve it. It should be us. All right. In all honesty, it should be the YouTube.
Well, I'm sure they will have a few smaller. If they're going to fill this thing for 3 days, there's going to be a handful of them. It's right now with this thing. It's about one of us getting the call and making sure all of us do.
Bridge has got to do it for us. He's our ticket in.
Don't put that kind of pressure on Bridge.
We can't do without him. He's got the biggest fan base because they're going to look at subscriber count.
Yes.
And Bridge is the guy who's got our subscriber count. He's our dude. He has to do it for us. He's got to be with us. He's got to rock with us.
That's why I'm saying that we're team Bridge 4. Even if Bridge doesn't show up, no one's seen him. You and I can both pretend at different times to be Bridge 4. You do a great Bridge 4 impression. No one knows what he looks like.
I can do the Bridge.
You can absolutely.
I've done the Bridge 4 voice.
You have.
I can pull the Bridge 4 voice off and everything else. I can do it. Hey guys, This is Bridge 4.
You got to get a little closer to the mic.
I gotta get Bridge is real close. You know, he's real close to it when he does it. He's like, "Oh, hey guys, this is Bridge. And let me tell you something. You gotta do that. Like
See, so in the case of this situation, you can go as Bridge 4. You are and Tony Teflon. You can
Mhm.
switch it up. You know, like bring a different hat or something. You know, like
That's the way it has to be. Yeah.
and I'm just I'm the staff member either way. It's funny. It works. Exactly. It's a co-op.
Listen, listen. That brings me to the story that
Oh
I've
yeah.
told before, but maybe I'll tell it again. So while we were at the conference, meet gray area.
I,
Were you there too,
I
Phil?
was there too. I was
Yeah,
definitely.
so we were there walking by, and this girl stops, and she goes, "Oh my god, it's really you!" And I'm looking at her like, I'm Tony Teflon. Of course, it's really me. And she goes, "Quinn, I love all your videos like that." And then gray area goes, "He's not Quinn." I said, "Yes, I am. Stop lying to this woman like that." And she goes, "I know Quinn when I see him." And I said, I go to my Quinn
Yeah,
voice.
he snapped right into
I
the
did
Quinn
the
voice.
whole Quinn voice. I put it right on there. And as soon as I did the Quinn voice, she would, it really is you. Oh my God, it is you. Can I take a picture with you so bad?
Yep.
And I said, "Yes, you can." And I put my arm around her and I went, hey, Gray was like, "You crazy, Joe."
Imagine how she feels now that Quinn shows himself in the channel all the time. That she's like, oh my god, that wasn't Quinn.
She went, "Oh my God, it really is you, Quinn." Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, we were in the cafeteria area having a drink towards the end of the day.
You know, all of us black people look alike. But it worked. You know, it was all in good fun. But I'll do the bridge voice. I'll do the voices when I gotta do it. You know what I mean? I'm the master impersonator. I'm about that life. You know what I mean?
Got to do what you got to do.
Hey, that's the way it is. No, we need Bridge, man. He's part of the trio, man. It ain't the same without Bridge rolling with us, man. You know what I mean? We gotta have Bridge up in there. So Bridge gotta be up in there. And that's just the way it is, man. We're gonna talk about that off air, Bridge and everything else. Told her she's probably still talking. I remember we told Quinn about it. He was just dying laughing. He didn't believe it. He didn't want to believe it. I was like, I'm telling you.
No.
I'm telling you. I was like, she was a huge fan. It was funny because when Quinn was there, like his peoples was there. This black chick was there with him. I don't know her relationship to him. And it was just so funny to her that people, acted like he was famous. Like she couldn't believe it. Like, she's like, "Oh my God, you're really famous to these people." And he was like, "I know." But it was hard for her to believe. And I think that's what a lot of people, it's hard for me sometimes because I did have people, you know, come up to me like, "Oh my God, Tony Teflon, I can't believe it's you here. Can I take a picture with you? I'm geeking out right here." Blah blah blah. I've had that many a times happen to me. And Wine Mom, guarantee Sarah's up in the building.
Yeah, Sarah in Vegas is gonna be fun.
Oh, Sarah would be real fun in Vegas. She'll definitely be there. Wine Mom, she'll drive to Vegas. Like she's about that life. She'll get in that car and she'll drive all the way to Vegas. Wine Mom, like that's how she gets down. She'll be there. Santivia Major, she should be. She said she may be there. You know what I mean? Was she pretty? That's the real question. Yeah, she was a pretty girl.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
She's a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. There's a lot of pretty girls at the con. Carla, I wonder if Shift or X will be maybe make it all the way over there. He'll probably be there. I mean, he made it to Count of Thrones. I got pictures with me and Shift Alt X. I got a bunch of pictures. I got like 5 pictures with me and Shift Alt X. He respectively asked me not to show his face, and because he asked me not to do it, I have never released any of the pictures of me and Shift and stuff. But he definitely asked me for that. Side question. Hey Tony, are you okay after Hurricane Ida tore through the north? Yes, I am fine. Family's fine, everything else, but thank you. Hopefully, you're fine. I know Queens got hit really pretty hard, especially by the Rockaways. What was real hard and everything else like that. So, hopefully, it's much love for everybody out there and stuff like that. Everyone
Crazy.
safe is out there and all that good stuff. But now, I would suspect that he would be there. Talking Thrones might be there. You know, anything. This is the bottom line. This is HBO. This is
Yeah,
Warner.
and it depends who HBO may want to fill all these panels with other people that they could get to talk about Game of Thrones instead of like sub celebrities or I don't know. It'll be interesting to see who they have booking this and where they look to book the people. If they look at the other cons and pick some of the highlight people that like Ask Mischief Management, who suggest people, or if they do this all on their own and end up having more national press kind of people, people for, like I said, people from Entertainment Weekly, those kind of reporters, people from
People no one ever seen may have heard their name in print, but never seen them ever. You know what I mean?
That's who I'm you might see just a panel of all of those people, and each one of those has a celebrity on it with a bunch of other people.
See, they don't want me on camera. That's the whole thing. They don't want people like me and Aziz because we'll shit on those people. Because we really know this shit hands down. And those people, they don't know it like we know it. They know how to report, they know how to do this, and they got, but they don't know it like we know it. So they don't want to get on like when they got on there, they put me on the panel with the guy who wrote the Dothraki language, right? When one of my first panels I did on Game of Thrones, I was on the same panel with that guy, whatever his name is, the guy who wrote the languages, And he went up there, and I guess he was known for like bashing Stannis. Like he would go from panel to panel, con to con, and just bash Stannis and get people to laugh at him. Not knowing that the number one Stannis fan in the world was sitting like right directly in the seat next to him.
Mm-hmm.
So David J. Peterson. That's exactly what you can look at that panel. It's up there. People have the panel. So he went up there and he started his Stannis rant, and he got a couple of laughs. And then I just grabbed the microphone and I lit his ass on fucking fire. Because the bottom line was he was just talking shit, but didn't know the books. He had no idea. He never read a book. He had no idea the story from the books. He was just going by a couple of things he's seen on the show. And I lit his ass up. I lit him on fire. I lit him on fire so bad that at the end of the panel, after I lit him up, he was like, I never really thought about Stannis like that. You may have changed my opinion on him. like I put his ass on fire. I lit him up. I was like, are you crazy? And everything else. So I think that's what happens and everything else like that. You know what I mean? I think they don't want people like me, Aziz, or people who truly know it to be on with these other, fair weather people who truly aren't fans like that, because I will light them up. And I'm that dude to do that. I'm the guy who will light your ass on fire. I'm not, here to play with nobody. You know what I mean? Like if you don't know your shit, don't sit next to me. And don't think you're gonna sit next to me talking stuff out of your ass and stuff like that, like you don't know what the fuck you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to put it on you, man. And I'm funny too, on top of all that. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, I'm a really funny guy. So I got jokes for days. So it just comes down. That's just the way it goes and everything else. So I think it comes down. People don't want people to get embarrassed like that. So they're gonna put the fair weather fans out there, the guys who don't really know anything else and everything else like that. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it's gonna be. So we'll see. I rather I don't want to do. I would really, if I had a chance, if they said, hey, you could do a panel, it would just be with Bridge, Phil, Lamar, Gray, Quinn, and I'm done. I wouldn't really want to be on a panel with anybody else, in all honesty. I'm cool with just those people, my peoples, and that would just be it and everything else like that. You know what I mean? That's what it is. TV, let them know, TV said people got mad at me for showing Tony love when he had his panel solo, though. Yeah, he did. You see, that's what it is, man. Everybody know the deal, man. You know what it is, and that's just what it is, man. But Let me see real quick. Uh, Phil, will you send the thing to the third member?
Oh, of course.
All right.
Let me figure this out.
While I'm doing this. All right, Fernandez T, I can't wait for Vegas. I want to meet you fucking so bad, especially you Teflon. We gonna be up in there, man. We gonna be up in there. And then, listen, I know, and listen, I'm be honest about it. No honesty. Someone talked about people and stuff like that earlier, a little bit earlier, and I gave you the 100%. And
Send to the new IG.
I'm not bullshitting about the 100%. Definitely 100% on that. And y'all should know what I'm talking about. Definitely 100% about that. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm a very
I'll be right back.
forgiving. I know that I'm a very forgiving person. You know what I mean? If people are man enough to come up to me and admit they was wrong and do everything, because in all honesty, in my life, I don't have time for side games and everything else like that. I'm about what it is. But I'm very forgiving. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. If people come to me and like, listen, this is what it is. I fucked up. I'm sorry I fucked up. And I can't fuck with you, but I'll let bygones be bygones. I'm more forgiving in my older age than I was when I was a child. But you know what I mean. But you gotta admit what you did, and that's just the bottom line. You gotta come to me. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I fucked up, man. I really fucked up, and go about your life, and I'll give you the pass, and you go about your life. You know how people like. You go to certain areas, you gotta check in and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Everyone from the hood, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? When you go to certain areas, you gotta check in with people. Whether you're a rap star or whatever, you come through there, you gotta check in and let you know, yo, I'm here. Blah blah. How you know what I'm saying? Check in. It's all good. That's right, Tony Sled. Life is short, man. Life is short. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? That's what, but we gonna be up in there deep as a mug, fam. We gonna be up in there deep as a mug, chilling up in this condo. Okay, again, let me run it back in case you don't realize what we're talking about. We're talking about the official Game of Thrones official fan convention. It's going to be in Las Vegas in February next year. Hopefully everybody gets up in there and everything else like that, and that's just what it goes. You know what I mean? Hopefully you all can. Then see you correct. It's straight up. You know what I mean? It's like he says. Well, we got to be a man enough to know when we apologize. That's right.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I thought that was like the intro music.
I was trying. I was trying to come in with you.
And that's what it is and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So Tony said I had no idea about this till today. Yeah,
I believe it just got announced today.
It just got announced today. Yes, this got put on there today. It just came out there and everything else like that. Robert Smiley saying, "I agree. Teflon Kit will start doing John's voice soon as how much he will get paid." Listen, money talks, bullshit works, and that's the bottom. That's not. That's not. It's not the. It's not a game. That's what it truly is. Money motherfucking talks, man. And that's the bottom line. Money talk. That's it. When you go to people, you know what I mean? With money. Listen, let me put it like this. You can, if you have enough money, you can get Mary J. Blige to sing at your wedding.
Absolutely.
Don't ever think that you can't do that. You know what I mean? You can get anyone to do anything if you pay them. No matter who it is. You can get them to show up anytime. You just gotta pay them. I can get Little Kim to show up for 10 G's. I can get Little Kim for $10,000 to show up somewhere. 10 G's, guaranteed. You know what I mean? I get Joe Buttons for like 7 G's.
At this point, 5,500, baby.
Yeah, I got DMX to show up on one of my things for $10,000. Usually 10 nice and smooth 10G about 5.
I mean now with that thing Cameo, you can do it even better. Like my family got one of the actors from Deep Space Nine to send me a birthday message on my birthday. I don't know how much they paid. They probably paid a couple $100 for it or something like that. Who knows? Oh, yeah. For like a 5-minute birthday message where Kira from Deep Space Nine sings me happy birthday. It was exciting. I was very excited by it.
All right, here we go. We got someone else who's joining us right now. You haven't seen him in a while, but he's here right now. He is the third member of the usual suspects. Let's bring him in right now. His name is Bridge. His name is Bridge Gordon, brother.
I don't know. I didn't have time to pick out the right music for you. I was trying to pick something chill out.
Yeah, you didn't tell me you were going to play music. That's great.
He didn't know. You didn't know.
What's going on, big man?
Yo, I was in bed. I miss you guys so much. I got out of bed. I was like, you know what? I got to get on. I miss you guys. You're talking about like thrones and whatnot. I don't know. I might have to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, we're tempting you with this fun what if discussion. I saw you in the chat last night. We're like, he can't help it. He can't help himself. He might jump in tonight.
Well, he can always, Bridget. Oh, as always, you know, you are always anytime you want, you can always jump in. It's always entirely.
It was funny after the show last night when we were talking about possibly having, a couple people pop in for, like the third wheel. We were even going to refer to it as the Bridge 4 seat.
Yeah,
like if there was a third guest in, like you can sit in the Bridge 4 seat. It's not your seat though. It's Bridge's
seat. You can just sit in it and just keep it warm until he gets back.
Exactly.
Have either of you guys been to Vegas? Tony, you've been to Vegas, right?
I have never been to Vegas, and that's why I have to go. I've never been there ever. I said I was making plans to go with Derek Brock next year. We were going to go anyway, so we will definitely be there. You know what I mean, and everything else. It's just a done deal. So I'm definitely going to be there without a shadow of a doubt. I'll be there February. I'll be in Vegas. It's on and popping and stuff like that. And that's just what it's going to be.
I've been to Vegas. A bunch of times, probably like 6 or not a crazy amount, but probably like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, I realized that was a dumb question because of what you were saying earlier. You knew all the ins and outs of the city. What am I talking about?
I mean, I was raised by sort of a gambler, so I went to Vegas as a kid. I went to Atlantic City as a kid. Then I went to Vegas a couple of times and learning sort of the ins and outs of how to be like shady there and get stuff for free. So I'm not so much a Vegas that I'm like, this place is easy to get free food or free drinks. And it's like, that's part of the thing with the gambling. You don't realize that with the gambling or fake gambling, you don't just get free booze. You can be like, oh, can you get me a grilled cheese sandwich? And they'll bring you a fucking grilled cheese sandwich if they think you're gambling. But yeah. No. Yeah,
listen, it's going to be a great time, I'm sure, at this convention because you're going to have the A-list people there. So when you have the A-list people, I like to see people like how big they really are. Like that's like I like to see like how tall Amelia Clark really is. I want to see how big Kit Harington.
Yeah, you love that you were bigger than Gendry.
I was much bigger than Gendry.
You love that. You're
that's the whole thing because all these people, Gendry. My arms are bigger than I'm much bigger than Gendry. And everyone's act like he's this big muscular. He's a tiny little man. He was a tiny man, Gendry. So, that's what I like to see. I like to see. Now, I've seen Jason Momoa already live in person. He's very tall. I thought he would be more muscular than he was, but he's got the height. He's tall, but he's not like, listen, I've seen Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in real life. That's a big mug. He's like a He-Man action figure. And the biggest part about The Rock when you see him is his legs. Like when you see his thighs and his calf muscles, it just looks. If you think his upper body looks big, that's what's really big about him. Is this dude's thighs are so fucking big. It's just like The Rock is like an alien.
You know that term that they use for girls, thick, right? Would you consider The Rock to be thick?
Yeah, The Rock is definitely.
Rock's thick.
Yeah, The Rock is huge. The Rock is a big dude, man. That's it. Like Hulk Hogan is like if you ever I've seen Hulk Hogan. They're like those dudes are so big they're like aliens.
Hogan's like 6'6", 350 or something like that. He's huge. The biggest guy. I mean, I saw Andre, but that's different. It was Andre towards the end. It was in the Florida airport, and you could just see him from like across the airport. It was just, whoa, what's that? It looked like an elephant above a sea of other animals, like just seeing above it. He was with that guy Haku in the airport.
Big motherfucker.
Haku was big too, but he was big. but compared to Andre, he was like noticeably like head shorter, but it was cool. It was cool, and he shook my hand and stuff, and his hand sort of wrapped around my hand a couple times. That's not normal human being big. That's different than like Andre is. Like if you've some NBA guys, like I remember getting close seats when in an early 90s when the Celtics played Manute Bol and seeing how tall he was. And that was just ridiculous. That dude was like, what was he, like 7'7"?
Yeah, no, these guys. It's like if you look at Shaquille O'Neal, like you don't realize how big Shaquille O'Neal is until you really see him in person.
Yeah,
you see him in person, you're like, yo, Shaq's a monster. Like these are monsters. Like these guys are huge. Like it's. I mean, they're big human beings. That's just the bottom line. So, Brick, if you went to this convention, what would you want to go? Like, what would you want to see the most there?
I was good. U2.
Yeah.
Pocahontas. People like I see a lot of people in the chat saying, I don't know if these people have been to the cons or not. Some of the comments I was reading earlier, but they're saying like, I wouldn't want to go to this or this or this. Like most people who go to the cons, the true benefit of going to the con is hanging out with other friends or fans of the community. That trumps everything. It trumps the I don't like that word. It's above the panels. It's above the what do they call them? Like the hit list, the A-stars, whatever.
Yeah.
That stuff's all whatever. I mean, you go there and you sit there and you listen to the A-star celebrity talk for a little bit, but that's nothing like going out and drinking with a bunch of people and having a good time.
I agree. That the best part about the con is when the con is over. And you just get to go hang out with everybody and go drinking and just chill. And I'm telling you, a lot of times when you're in situations like that, you don't even talk about Game of Thrones. You don't talk about anything. You just talk like regular human beings and just have a good time hanging out. You know what I mean? Like one of the best things to kind of we were down there in Vegas. Phil jumped up on the stage in Nashville in the karaoke and blew the stage down, like with ape shit on the stage.
Oh, actually, Phil, you sang a little less conversation by maybe it's not. What's your guy?
Elvis.
Right?
Elvis.
And he's a Vegas guy, right?
Yeah, he's a Tennessee guy and was down in Tennessee. And then you brought me on stage after that to sing "Don't Stop Believing."
Yeah.
With a group of people. Did you know the group of people who jumped on stage, or were you just with like another random group of people?
It was supposed to be me and Joe, but then Joe had left, so I think it was me and Benji. And then
I was the one promoting saying sing the Journey, Don't Stop. I kept singing it.
It's such a high-pitched song. I was like, why are you guys signing me up for this? But then you came and you saved the day. We were butchering it.
Yeah, I kept saying, go out there and sing. Because that, listen, there's certain songs that I know that white women love.
Yeah.
There's certain ones. And Don't Stop Believing and Pour Some Sugar on Me are the top two. Yeah. You know what I mean? Those songs get those white ladies shaking their ass. There's no doubt about it. Anyone could say, yes, they do it.
I heard you saying that to Pour Some Sugar on Me a couple streams ago. Here's another one, Sweet Caroline. That's a good one.
Yep, Sweet Caroline is a good song.
Especially here in Boston, it somehow became a Red Sox song.
Bum, 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 bum.
Danny was a garbage Sarah Connor, but that was in fairness to Danny in the garbage Sarah Connor. She was in a garbage movie. Pretty much everything about Genesis was crap. It was dead on arrival. So some actors can rise above that, like Ian McGregor in the prequel Star Wars movies. Like whatever you want to say about those movies, good or bad, his performance is excellent in those movies, regardless of anything where Hayden and Natalie had some trouble with the lack of direction from Lucas. Danny or Emilia Clarke, maybe she's an actress that needs more direction and needs more focus and needs a good script to do good work. So I don't put all of her performance on that, because the couple of things she's done since Game of Thrones have just been crap scripts.
And I blame a lot of it on her people. Why are they letting her take it? Now, listen, I understand that Terminator is a huge franchise. So obviously you want to connect yourself with certain franchises. But if you read that script, you should know that script was garbage. Same thing with the Han Solo movie. You should have known. Obviously, you want to be connected to Star Wars franchise, but you should have known that strip. If I would have read that, I would have said, "This is terrible. You can't do this. You can't do it." But at that time, like when she came off of that, she was one of the hottest, most sought after actresses in the world because of the Khaleesi.
And that's why she decided to, or they decided to push her towards trying to get her another franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Like get her immediately onto another big franchise. And in fairness, the original Han Solo scripts I heard were pretty good, but that movie got so Disneyed that by the time it finally came out, it was horse crap. Genesis was horse crap from the beginning. But there's rumors that at the beginning, the Han Solo project somewhere was good, but then it got a little bit too touched by the mouse. We're gonna make this a little bit more.
I think Jason Momoa. Let me say about him. He takes roles that he can do. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not, he's not overstepping his bounds. He's playing Khal Drogo over and over again, whether it's underwater Khal Drogo or Khal Drogo with no sight. He's taking that and he's playing that.
What's the one with no sight? What role is that?
That's a C on Apple TV. I'm actually doing the second episode comes out this week, and I'll be doing a review on that this week when it drops and stuff. I missed the first one. I was going to do it anyway, but I missed the first one because I got caught up in some fucking drama and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But that's what he's doing. And you got to know your strengths and you got to know your weaknesses. You know what I mean?
Some people get away with that for a whole career, and it works for them.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De
Niro in every movie he's ever been. He's Robert De Niro playing that. This is Robert De Niro as a taxi driver. This is Robert De Niro as a mafia boss. This is Robert De Niro as a sitcom performer. He's always Robert De Niro. Jack Nicholson plays Jack Nicholson. This is Jack Nicholson in all these roles. It works. You have to use what you got. Not everybody is Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah. Very few people are Daniel Day-Lewis. Very few people are Meryl Streep. Not many people can transform themselves into these roles.
What's his name? Commissioner Gordon from the Batman trilogy as well. He's another one of those guys that kind of transforms himself. He was also in Fifth Element playing the bad guy. What the
Black
hell? No. Gary.
Half head thing?
Yes. Someone in the live chat will say his name in a second here because my head will. I can't believe him.
The guy who played Spider-Man, J. Jonah Jameson?
No, he played Commissioner Gordon in The Dark Knight. Gary Oldman.
Oh,
Gary
Oldman's another guy like that, like a Daniel Day-Lewis, that can really transform himself truly as an actor into different roles. As much as I'm not the biggest fan of some of his early work at times, I got to give someone like Leonardo DiCaprio, after seeing Wolf of Wall Street, and then you see him in something like Titanic, he really does try to transform himself into a role. The Wolf of Wall Street really sold me on him, where I wasn't sure up until that point at times. I like Leo and stuff, but I thought Wolf of Wall Street was one of his best performances ever.
I think Shutter Island was like he
killed it in that. He really tries something. Like he really puts his fucking shit out there when he tries a role.
I never saw that one. That one's one of those ones that's like a mind bender, right? It has a twist or something.
Shutter Island. He really pulled it off in Shutter Island. I really got a lot of more respect for him for Shutter Island. He really did a really good job with that role and everything. And William Dafoe was great too. It is this, but all right, we're gonna get back to what this is all about, and we're talking about
getting William Dafoe to Con of Thrones.
It's the first time I've seen Bridge in like 6 months. And I'm all giddy seeing him and stuff like that. So he's throwing me off my plan. So
it's 106 days because it was 105 yesterday. 106 days since we've talked to Bridge.
I've been sober 128 days.
That's beautiful, brother. I really that's the best news I've heard in a very long time.
Yeah, I'm in a good place. Thanks.
And that is great. Hopefully we're gonna keep that streak going, baby. We're gonna keep the streak going.
But if I was in Vegas, I want to pay for Sayax.
For what?
Sayax.
Yeah. No,
I'm just kidding. But that would be, I don't think I could do it, but that would be kind of cool. Like just conceptually, that'd be awesome.
I'd do a seance.
Actually, I think they made it, or they decriminalized it in New York City recently. Like they're not going, it's still technically illegal, but they don't actually penalize people.
Oh, that's another person too. Shadow Cat Bex. I bet you she go.
Yeah, that whole crew will be there.
Yeah, Shadow Cat. I don't know about Heidi. Will Heidi be able to get from Canada over there?
Oh, I love Heidi.
I know Shadowcat will get there. There's no doubt that Shadowcat she goes to Ice and Fire Con. So you know what I mean? She'll definitely bring her ass out there. I guarantee she definitely will bring out there and everything else. So she will be up in there and everything else like that.
I agree, LL. February is it's closer than you think.
I mean, it's 6 months.
6 months. It's interesting that they it's an interesting timing to announce it. It's cool though. Like it came out of nowhere though. I had no thoughts that they were doing this. It's an interesting promotion, and I wonder how long they've been planning this. To your point earlier, Tony, they probably have been planning this a while and trying to figure out the right time to announce it, and make sure that they signed up at least a couple of key guests.
They got their guys. They got the people already signed up. They know who's coming. They're not going to tell you right now because they want to build the hype. So like once every month, oh, he's coming, and this person's coming, and they're all gonna be there. I said it's HBO, and it's all about building a relationship, maintaining a relationship with Warner Brothers. So you turn down Warner Brothers for not a legitimate reason, you may not get cast in another Warner Brothers movies. But if you do want, that's why I think that Maisie Williams is almost guaranteed she's gonna be there.
It's great exposure too. Like a lot of people in the chat were saying, it's great exposure for these people. Because it's going to be a one-of-a-kind type. I mean, this is probably going to be a con that happens yearly, but this is like people were saying in the chat, has HBO ever done one before? Maybe for like the vampire show, but probably not. So this is like a groundbreaking step for them.
And this is their first one. So even if they do it every year, to have a House of the Dragon, it's not the same. This is the first. The first is always the most special.
And you heard it here first. HBO will show the first 10-15 minutes of House of the Dragon.
Think so?
You think so?
They'll show something. They'll show something there. They will show at least
they may debut a trailer.
Or that's more likely, Tony. Or at least debut the trailer for the first time there. Like when I was saying the whole like Star Wars event thing, that's what Star Wars does. They put the trailer live there and like a day before they have it go live or something. I bet they'll do something like that. Or my tinfoil here is that they'll show like 5-10 minutes of one episode special footage there at like one panel you have to pay extra to get into or some shit.
Yeah, they'll do the trailer, and I think they show the Blackfire sword. You could buy the Blackfire sword right there. It's going to be on there for sale.
There'll be a lot of money making opportunities.
Because they'll have they'll have the Funko Pops for the whole House of the Dragon cast there.
Phantom DC would get all over that. He loves Funko.
Guaranteed they'll have every Funko Pop for the whole cast of House of the Dragon, and Damon will have that sword. The Funko Pop sword will be with the he'll have it right there. Guaranteed.
So, do Funko Pops, are they bobbleheads? Like does their head go brrr, or is it different? Do they look like bobbleheads?
They don't bobble.
They don't bobble? So what's the fun of them then?
Good question.
It's just collectible stuff.
Yeah, dude, going back to the very beginning of your stream, you know how you were saying, like, official. They're really pointing out that it's official, right?
Yeah.
I'll say the one benefit to that is, remember I told you there was a Game of Thrones convention, like literally within a mile of my house. They had scheduled it. They postponed it and never sent my money back or anything like that. I think it was just a big money grab.
Regime saying some are bobblehead. It is a money grab.
No, I'm saying I think it was a fake convention the one year me that they never planned on doing. They just collected a bunch of money and then peaced out.
I don't know what happened there because I talked to Michael to get us in there. You know what I mean? And then Michael was like, Mike was like, okay, good. This is good because Mike's the one who got me into watching Game of Thrones. Because when I was younger, he gave me the Game of Thrones book when I was little. And he was like, read this book. And I read that book when I was little. And then when I forgot all about it. But then when the show was coming out, he was like, remember that book I gave you back in the day when we were little, blah, blah. This is that show. And I still didn't catch it until I seen it. And it was, what scene? It was, I don't know if it was the Ned Stark beheading, but it was something. And that triggered the whole thing to me, like, oh, I read this whole thing already. And that was it. So he's a huge fan. So I was like, yo, Mike, you the mayor of this town, motherfucker. You gonna get us up in here, and we're gonna go meet everybody. And he was like, I got you. Don't worry about it. And then he was like, I don't think it's coming. There's something going on here. fishy about it, and then that's when it got canceled. But he was like, listen, you already know. He said we rolled up in there with the mayor. We're getting every autograph. We're meeting everybody, and no one can tell us nothing because we're with the mayor. And that's the way it was going down. And that was it. He was like, it's done. He's like, don't worry about it. It's over. We got this. And then he hit me up and told me that I was so disappointed. I was like, no. He's like, yeah, there's something. He said, something's wrong here, Tony. He's like, something's wrong here. And then next thing you know, it was canceled. And that was just what it was and stuff.
Do they have the venue for this place yet? Or no, it's more of just this is the
the venue has been announced. Phil, what was the venue?
It's at the Rio.
Is that the one with the parachute? The parachute?
It's the horseshoe one. It's the one. It has a very nice pool area. I mentioned this earlier. It's not on the strip. It's a little off the strip, down the road a little bit. It's near where the Hilton is, I believe, and there's one other casino in that area too. It is a nice one. It's where the World Series of Poker is held every year. And so if you're ever watching the World Series stuff on video,
I love Jennifer Tilly.
Vegas probably has so much fun stuff. Like I'm sure they've got like a zip line that's 10, 20,000 feet in the air, something like that.
Yeah, they have one of those you can walk across on a glass bridge across like a canyon area and stuff. And
Grand Canyon's not. Listen, Tombstone's not far from there, right?
You can go to the Grand Canyon. It's local.
It's close.
No way.
I'll go. Bridge. We're going to Tombstone. Yeah. We're gonna go to Tombstone. I got
Tombstone.
The
Cowboy stuff. Yeah, the Val Kilmer thing. I know it's not the Val Kilmer.
The Val Kilmer. I'll be a Huckleberry. The Western place with Wyatt Earp and all of them and shit like that. That went there. I got to do Tombstone. I have to do that, and I got to do the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, and zip lines do exist. They're in Old Vegas on Fremont Street. They have one that you can zip line. It's not that high, but it's really cool. You can zip from like one side of the whole downtown Vegas area to the other side, and then they have zip line stuff on the strip as well. Oh yeah, on the strip. Yep, the Rio. Yeah, it's much that place is a little bit more secluded, and because it's off the strip, they have to try harder at those casinos.
How far is far? Tombstone. What do you mean far? What's far? Because if far is 2 hours, that's not far to me. Like I'll drive 2 hours to go.
I'm not sure how far Tombstone is. He would know better. But yeah, and Fremont has the zip line. The Fremont zip line is really fun. It's
funny you mentioned Val Kilmer because literally yesterday on my home Instagram page, I saw a picture and I was like, that looks like Val Kilmer in a cowboy hat with some skinny little weird mustache. I was like,
that's him.
That's that movie. Yep.
That's him in that movie. I'll be your Huckleberry. I'll be
him and is Kurt Russell's in that movie? No.
Yeah, Kurt Russell is Wyatt Earp.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, because two of them. There's a Kevin Costner version of it, where Kevin Costner is Wyatt Earp. It's a longer movie. The Kevin Costner.
Yeah, it's a lot more boring.
It's about his whole life, and then goes into Tombstone. And then you have this one where he just focuses of them when they get to Tombstone.
Is it straight fiction or is Wyatt Earp a real person?
What do you mean 10K? What's 10K? 10K miles away? It's not 10K miles away.
It's based on a true story. Bridge.
7-hour drive to two. No, it's not. I'm not going there.
Bridge. It's based on a true story. I'll send you a video link to the History Buffs video that talks about the true story behind Tombstone.
I would drive. I would fly there. 7 hours. I'm not driving. If it was like a helicopter flight or something to go there, I would go. But
exactly, TV. The Kurt Russell movie is much better.
I don't know if I'd fly in a helicopter ever.
Never.
They're scary.
Why? I have once, and they are scary.
I think you're more safer in a helicopter than you're on an airplane.
I don't know the stats, but it's got one propeller. It just freaks me out a little bit.
The scariest part of getting in and out of a helicopter is getting out of it and seeing the propeller right in front of you. To me, that was way more scary than flying in it. Like feeling the wind of the propeller as you're getting in and out of the helicopter is fucking scary.
I can't even remember the last time I drove with someone. I had to do it all myself. I like having my life in my hands.
Listen, I feel you. And I'm about that life too. If I'm I'd rather drive than be the passenger all day. I don't even like driving, but if it's going down, I have to be the one to make the call. And that's it. And that's just the way it is and everything else like that. Well, no, it's too far to go do that. I wouldn't do that. You know, I'd have to stay an extra day or 2 days and then go down there for 2 days and come back. It would be a situation like that if I didn't. But I'm happy just to go to Vegas. You know what I mean? Just chill with my peoples out there.
This
Let's be
planet.
real. I want to. If I'm going to Vegas, like I don't club anymore. I used to love clubbing. I like clubbing. I like going out and dancing. Wouldn't you guys want to go to a club or no? You'd avoid that. You'd go to dinner.
I'm going to whatever anybody else wants to do. I'm about that life, man. You know me.
I mean, we're going hard.
Yeah, I'm going there. I'm chilling. I'm going. We're gonna have a good time there, and that's just the bomb. We're gonna experience it all. As I said, I got a lot of I don't know if you want to call them celebrities, but ex-boxer friends of mine that live out there that we go to their houses and chill, and they're gonna show us around and stuff like that. So it is what it is. So we're gonna have a good time out there.
I wonder if like Phil, you probably want to go. We go to like a Michael Bublé show.
I mean, I wouldn't want to do Michael Bublé, but I do. I do somebody like that.
Yeah.
Maybe
if I was on like a vacation, I wouldn't do something like that. But
I went to go see Britney when I was there. That was awesome.
I have to get backstage with Britney somehow.
You like her?
I'm just saying. I would.
I go see Penn and Teller. I want to go see Penn and Teller.
I would see Penn. I just feel like I know enough people that I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I have enough contacts out there that if these people say they want to get somewhere with someone, I should be able to get back there with them because I've done it so many times already that I just don't feel like I can't just be like when I go to the Boxing Hall of Fame up here. I'm not, I'm with the boxers. I'm not in the crowd. I'm in the hotel with the boxers. I'm hanging out with everybody and everything else like that. I'm chilling. So I just feel like I can get back there. You know what I mean? Like I can get back there, and I think that's just what it is. So I know I can. So that's what it is. So we just whole kind. I'm gonna start talking to people right now. I'm gonna talk to my peoples out there. Like I'm friends with the people who own the Boxing Hall of Fame out there. I'm good friends with them. So I'm just gonna talk to them and say like, who's out here? How much juice do you have out here? Can we really, put something in motion where we can get something done? And that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
We might be having a party 2.0.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to go out there like a minute clocking them in there. I need to be able to talk, not just take a picture with them and pay for it. Like I really need to. Like,
yeah, we want to party with them.
Yeah, I'm trying to chill. What are y'all doing tonight?
I want to shoot my shot. I want to shoot my shot.
I may take back that whole club thing because I think like the in-hotel parties with friends could be even cooler than going out to a club. Like, I used to love doing that back in the day. Nowadays, I don't know if I'd like doing that.
Listen, as long as
you bounce around a lot. You bounce around a lot in Vegas. You go from place to place because there's so many options. So you in a lot of the clubs to get in, especially if you're with girls, you can just get in for free. And and they just will give you free admission in there, and because they want to fill it up in some sense, especially if it's the easiest night to party there is going to actually be the weeknight because it's the cheapest night, but it's cool that it's a weekend too. Weekends are a little bit more crazy there.
Oh, let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm going to see. Everyone's talking about this. They're talking about the Tombstone video. I used that Tombstone video when I had beef with Tarzan.
Which one?
When I had beef with Tarzan, I made the Tombstone video about them.
Oh, I didn't know you did it. You did it.
You too.
I'm gonna see if I can find it. Right, y'all keep talking. I'll see if I can find it.
But Bridge, you're from Jersey. You've been to Atlantic City, right? It's not much.
Yeah.
It's not much different.
But it's just Atlantic City's like one little strip.
Right.
Vegas is probably like Atlantic City. Vegas is a whole city in that area, and there's two main sections of Vegas. I keep saying like Fremont Street, which is the old Vegas where the original casinos were, which is almost like a dome. And at night they show like videos and they have like a light show on the end. And then there's the Strip as you know it, which is a very long strip that has both sides of the road filled with casinos. And then there's a couple of locations in a similar radius that are off the Strip casinos, which is like the Rio where this is, the Hilton. There's a couple of other ones that are, and like the Hilton used to have a whole Star Trek bar in it. It had Deep Space Nine. You could go there and get a drink at Quark's bar in a whole Star Trek experience, but they took it down because of some
rights issues with
I
CBS.
found it. I found
Did you
it.
find it?
I'm gonna play it. So let me set the whole thing
You
up.
guys are cool now, right?
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
But at this point, we weren't. So
I remember you guys had a whole little war going and stuff.
yeah, we had a. I don't play with people, man. I ain't playing with nobody. You know what I'm saying? So if you know it goes down, let me remove this so I could
And yes,
share
the
more.
Stratosphere rides are freaking crazy. If you're into amusement park rides, the Stratosphere is hugely high up top point, and they have like a roller coaster that hangs to the side of it, and something that like dumps you off and dumps you down. They have like a Tower of Terror on the top of it as well. They have some scary ass rides on the Stratosphere. No thanks for me on those things. I'll watch you on a bridge.
Yeah, so this was I did this in 2016, August 7th. I made this video because we had a little problem with the trial by trivia. He was doing this. He was trying this my man Mo Genie. And then he had talked some shit about me. So I played a clip. You hear him talking shit. I played the clip that he talked the shit. And then I gave my response. And I'm only playing this because you brought up the tombstone thing. And that was my inspiration for making this video. So here we go. Trial by trivia response, part 1.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Godfather 3.
There's a Mr. somebody out there by the name of Tony Teflon, and Mr. Mochi.
Hear my name in the street. Talk, motherfucker.
You're damn right, Tony. You said something. I'm saying something. And you said you deserve a straight shot to the title.
Be the man. You gotta beat the man.
Well, here's the deal. We have come up with a great idea. When we finished this tournament, and you said you and Mochi can take on anyone, we are willing to make some more questions, which another 12-pack of beer and staying up till 4 in the morning.
I'll help you. We'll all help.
But
This is going on.
Tony, here's what I propose. I hope you know you carry your dead weight because we did a wild card with Mochi and he went 0 for 5 in his questions. 3 women stomped him. Okay? So I'll tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some teams together. I'll probably get one right here standing in front of me. And I'll make a tag team bracket and, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I'm sure James is going to bring this to your attention as well. So,
Right. Bullshit, man. Yeah, you got your mind. What the fuck you know about what I need on my mind, motherfucker? My name's on the street.
Well, as you all know, Tony and I had a healthy rivalry as far as what the role of Stannis Baratheon was in this overarching theme of Game of Thrones. And I always said he was just a placeholder for a while, and Tony was like, King over it.
Speaking to the one true king boy. Speaking to the one true king boy.
Okay, but we had to be very gentle with him when Stannis was taken out.
Yeah, we did.
We even had a conversation about how are we going to treat Tony because we love him.
Speaking to the one true king boy. Speaking to the one true king boy.
not only did Mr. Tony Teflon call out everybody in the Game of Thrones community, but he also questioned that my questions were nothing he couldn't handle. So I just got to say, that you want in, my friend? You gonna bark all day, little doggy, or you gonna bite?
Right behind you, Stillwell.
Kurt fucking Russell.
All right, Clinton. You called down the thunder. Well, now you got it. I see a red sash. I kill a man wearing it. So run, you turd. Run! You tell him I'm coming! And hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Tony Teflon, Tony Teflon, Tony Teflon, Tony Teflon, Teflon 316. Say so.
My name is my name.
That was see that was my video.
That's good. I like that.
That was a good video, right? They got so mad when I made that video. See,
That was a good fun though. That was
Yeah,
it was a good video. They tried to do the same video like back to me, like they tried to do the same, like use the same. I was like, y'all can't do what I did to you to me. Be original. But I played all the clips that they were talking shit. They were talking shit about me. Like, dude, you crazy? You can't put my name out there and think I ain't gonna say that to you about it. You can't do it. That's just not the way it goes down and everything else. And that was it. But no, that was all. Charles is my motherfucking man. 50.
yeah, he's good. He's good people. He's
Good
good
people.
But I kind of remember that from a different end, just on the outside. Like I remember when he was trying to put the teams battle together because Joe and I were going to jump into, but it never ended up materializing.
We've got a Russian friend in the chat. Limonad says, "Mission Privyet." Like, hello, everyone.
Nastrovia.
Nastarovia.
Hey, how do you speak that language, Rick?
Меня была невеста. I
Da,
had a Russian fiance back in the day, a go-go dancer.
Oh, right. You mean go-go dancer? What the fuck is a go-go
I
dancer?
told you this one. The short version is like my buddy was getting married, my first buddy ever getting married. My girlfriend, long-term girlfriend, broke up with me 3 days before. We went out to the second bachelor party. It was the local one at the hometown. I met a girl, invited her to the wedding, and I don't know, brought her back next year on a fiance visa. We didn't end up getting married though. It was a good time though. I've been to Russia. It's cool.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what. So the ladies' man's in the building.
Oh yeah, exactly. We were talking about you earlier, LT. Tony's definitely gonna meet you if I can make my way out there. I'm gonna we're gonna get to meet you too as well.
There's no doubt. If this con doesn't get canceled in any way, I will be at the con in Vegas in February. You could take that to the motherfucking bank that the Don will be there. I will be there, and all 100% brand new clothes that no one's ever seen me. I guarantee you, you're there. Look at the drought saying, "Good to see the homies rocking again." It sure is. It's good to be right here. And look at sorry, LTs. I see. I owe Tony $50 for
Witness.
For what? What's the back?
No, we don't have to talk about what the bet was.
Okay.
But LTO is Tony $50.
Well, we know he lost it. That's the
I was witness for that bet, so yeah, I was witness. But we're not selling LT out about what the bet was.
No, we know he lost it. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
We'll be there to collect those drinks, LT. We'll be up in that piece to collect those drinks. We're coming out there. We're gonna do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Everything else. That's just what it is, and everything else. So we definitely will be up in that piece doing that. And I'm glad they announced this con. I'm going to ask y'all this question because I said this before. We'll stay on until 2.5 hours, and let everyone go to bed. It's almost 12 o'clock. People got to work. 20 more minutes or so. We'll stay on here until 12 p.m. Eastern time. All right. Do you think this con hurts the other cons?
Oh, I heard you mention this in the beginning. Yeah, because ultimately finances. People are going to sometimes people choose one or the other. They may choose this one, but then again, it depends on like the location. Like people, this is going to open up people that would not have come to Orlando or would not have come to Nashville. Yeah. They may now go to the Las Vegas. So there will be some cannibalism, but I think they'll all survive.
Yeah, I think in the immediacy, it definitely does hurt. If House of the Dragon is a success, and the Game of Thrones property continues along down the road, I don't think it's necessarily hurts to have the smaller mom and pop ones, but I think it is gonna hurt the variation of just what ended up happening, the Con of Throne being canceled 2 years in a row because of the situation, and then it all leading up to this is very it's tough because it's a perfect opportunity, and if this thing is a huge resounding success, people that can only afford to go to one of these things a year will end up wanting to go to the big one. The one where because most people, as much as people do want to go for the discussions, they do want to go for the parties and the interactions. A lot of people, the people that pay the big money for these things, the people that are making the money off, people that pay for all the photo opportunities and stuff, which is really cool. But like that's those people want to go where the biggest celebrities are. Their celebrities is what drives the ticket sales and the success of the series and stuff. Announcing that this is the first place ever you'll get to see the Game of Thrones trailer. I mean, the House of Dragons trailer is going to sell tickets. People are going to flood into there, whether they like it or not, to to flood the gates of it. So do I think it's going to hurt the other cons? In the immediacy, maybe, but really the difference is when does the book come out? Especially if George shows up. Like, Tony, you think George is going to show up to this thing?
There's no doubt George is there. They already got it cemented for him. For House of the Dragon,
that will hurt.
Else, he's going to be there. There's no doubt that George R. R. Martin. I think it hurts Con of Thrones more than A Song of Ice and Fire Con. Because I think A Song of Ice and Fire Con is a book thing, and they have and it's little, and it's a different situation. Like, you go there, you stay in a cabin. You know what I mean? It's more of a situation like that. Like, the people who go there are going there for that experience that you get at Song of Ice and Fire Con. There's not a lot of cons. There's some cosplay. There's some this, but it's a more smaller event. And people who want to go there are going there for that. It hurts Con of Thrones because Con of Thrones is trying to be the bigger, like the Con of Thrones. So I think it more hurts them than it does Song of Ice and Fire. What's going on?
No, just real quick tangent, just a personal tangent. Las Vegas in February. Am I able to go snowboarding somewhere near there or no?
Snowboarding?
Like Utah or something like that? Is it close to places like that?
Possibly.
There's some really good mountains out in that area. Maybe, I guess not Vegas, Death Valley.
I mean, they do have some, like, they may have some fake snow situations.
Oh, that's true. Maybe an indoor one.
Yeah, Con of Thrones is the thing that they would have to do, and everything else. They have to move from Orlando, I think.
Yeah, they should have just stayed. They should have just stayed in Nashville.
Nashville would have been. You have to stay in a party area that people want to party at. That's the draw. As Bridge said, and we talked about a little earlier, the thing about con is after the con. It's not the con itself. It's after hanging out. Orlando in July is disgusting. No one wants to be there. It's too hot. Anyone who's been there, it's way too hot. You have
Wall Street is fun, but it's not. People that have lived in Wall Street's their version of that. It's this roped off area. You can go to a party that has like 7 or 8 bars all connected to it in Orlando, but that's a very small area compared to Nashville or Vegas or New Orleans. New Orleans would also be a good place for a convention. Like,
great.
Even though it's disgusting hot, Colorado would be great as well. You need an open area where you can party and has a lot of cool, fun party-like areas to go out to. So that's why Nashville's perfect. Vegas is.
I kept it in Nashville. They should have really kept
Atlantic City wouldn't be bad. Like, even some place
Atlantic City's great. Any place that you can go party and drink after that you want to go out and party. If I go to Orlando, I'm going to fucking Disney World. Like, if I
Star Wars Land and Harry Potter Land and
going to Universal Studios, I'm not going to miss the opportunity to go there. You can't have things like
we're
that.
Going to water parks, guys. If we go to Orlando, we're spending. I'm spending at least a whole day in a water park in a lazy river, drinking drinks and smoke, just because that's Orlando.
Exactly. So I think that I think they'll have to rethink that, and I think they'll have to start thinking. All right. They should have been in Vegas to begin with. That should have been the spot. And there's a reason why they picked Vegas. They should have picked Vegas. And I preached to them, all of them. I've said it to them that they should have held this in Vegas.
Everyone did after Dallas. It was a big thing. Like that was you preached it, and then a lot of people echoed it. It was just Vegas is a perfect place for conventions because what a hotel can do for them. I think we're going to see the biggest immersion thing of any of the cons in this one too, and that's going to be as much as the Dallas hotel did a decent job doing an immersion thing.
What's an immersion thing? What are you talking
about? Like making the place feel like you're in a Game of Thrones experience. The Rio can set up their whole function area as what would be your dream scenario, bro? What just flashed in your head? What was the
no? There's a show called Money Heist. There's a character named Rio. I'm a psycho, dude. It's like I hear noise, like I'm like a puppy. I just hear something. I'm like,
it's more of a kitty cat. He's like, no. Yeah. What's that shoddy light over there? But the Rio is big enough that they could set up a whole big display, and you could go. You could be walking into like an immersive Westerosi kind of situation.
Yo, what's the deal in Florida? I don't understand. Like, I've got a lot of family that lives there, but I just don't understand it. They have alligators and huge snakes. You know, like, does anyone ever go in the water? And if you do, like, are you crazy?
The alligator thing is legit and it's scary. There's like alligator pits. I lived in Florida for a while as a kid, and that was a long time ago. But the alligator thing is real.
I'm a wakeboarder, so it's like I dream of like it would be so nice. You wake up in nice butt smooth water and it's nice temperature. But there are freaking. It's not even the alligators. It's I guess you get some saltwater crocodiles coming up, and they can be pretty aggressive. Ugh, I would just hate living there. I would hate going out in lakes there. It'd be so scary.
Yeah, it's and there's no two ways about it. The gators are there. It exists. I've seen them. There's pits all over the place.
What do you mean by a pit? You just mentioned that. What is it?
Like it's so if like we have like if you look over, if you're in the highway and you look down a stream, there's like a bridge area, and then there's like a little lake.
See a bunch of them like basking on like
and there's like
so freaky.
It's down there. It's like, oh, there's where the gators are.
Thank you, man. I'll stay north.
But they're not unusual. But do you see the video of like what happened at Disney World or something, where like one of a kid got like taken, like they came out of the water at Disney World, like people were like hanging out by the I want to say there's a video of it somewhere, but or was it a guy that got dragged into the water? So someone will correct me.
So, like humans, we are a pretty pathetic species, right? Except for like the Rock. If like an alligator, it has to be a pretty big alligator to take out the Rock because he's just gonna smash it.
I mean, I think we're leading into we're gonna be talking about Tony beating the crap out of a kangaroo in a second, but
actually, go real quick. Going back to Jason Momoa, before he was like Aquaman. What did you call him? You called him Water Country. Before he did that, he had this sort of off period where he's killed off of Game of Thrones. He did this really small show. I think it only had 2 or 3 seasons and like 6 episodes of really low budget. But he was like around the time of like, let's say 1700s or 1700s, like he was like revolutionary time. I think he was like a fur trader or something like that. But he was basically like a 1700s American Khal Drogo.
You have to know your strengths and play to them. And I think he does a good job of that and everything else like that. So
okay, it was a kid. Oh gosh.
So it'll be on and popping. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Hopefully, we all get to go. I want y'all to go to Vegas. You know what I mean, and all that good stuff like that. Jess is like, "Oh, I watched that one too."
Did you see the one where it was a little one, like a little like caiman or something, but it grabbed a dog, and then like it was an old guy. He went in the water, and he freaked open the thing's mouth, freed his dog. But it was a little one. You know, nothing to be afraid of. It was still pretty badass. Could have like lost a finger or a hand.
I don't care if it's a little or a big one. If I'm seeing a gator of some sort coming at me, I'm scared and I'm running the other direction.
I'm not your dog though, man. I know you like your dogs.
Oh yeah,
I'm trying to grab its mouth and just like a bear trap. Just open.
The big monkey in Godzilla and Kong.
That's right. That's what I'm trying. I was trying to do you like that. It's just the way it's going.
Oh my God.
Everything out. So let's get back to it real quick before we end this thing. We got 10 more minutes. We go. As always, the last 10 minutes, please always ask me anything. If anyone has anything to ask me, Britt or Phil, you can always ask us right now and everything else from the last 10 minutes. But listen, I'm glad they have it. Obviously, I like Game of Thrones and all that good stuff and everything else. But I think the more the merrier. Hopefully, it moves Game of Thrones back to Nashville. I would love for it to be in Nashville. I wish they would just move back to Nashville. But I think that a lot of people from the Game of Thrones that run it like Sue Fury will be here.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they'll be here at this one and stuff, and everything else. But them saying that this is the official one is just they're really trying to stress to you that this is the one to go to. Like this is the first one that's ever been done.
Yeah, you didn't answer that question. Do you think it's going to hurt the Con of Thrones more than it will hurt a Song of Ice and Fire? And I agree with that because that other one's more niche. This basically takes more the audience that the Con of Thrones is trying to present with the celebrity pictures and all of that kind of stuff.
How much do you think celebrity panels would be? I think it comes
$85.
I don't think you have. You think you have to pay specifically for that panel to get in there?
No. I think one ticket will pay for access to all the panels and stuff, but you'll have to pay.
You got to be in line. I think you have to get in line and run in to get a seat.
There'll probably be like Con of Thrones has a Valyrian pass where then you can sit in the like front 15 rows or something like that.
Yeah, where you get the master pass, so you get into the second line. When I go to like Anime Boston or some of the Star Trek cons, that's what they do. Like if you have the fast pass line, and then it's like a first come first serve where they filled. they fill it, and that's one of the things. Like how many different ones will they have at one time? Will they be mainly focusing on one panel at a time, or will there be sub panels going on and stuff?
There were actually the Valyrian Pass of Con of Thrones. Actually, there were 1 or 2 panels that were only Valyrian Pass. I'm pretty sure. So they may have something like that, where it's like you have to get the upgraded ticket.
I'm sure.
To be honest, like you guys mentioned the panels, it'd be great for like marketing YouTube channels and whatnot. But personally, it's a lot of work. Like I wouldn't even go to panels. I wouldn't even go to see the stars. All I want to do is see you guys.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. I don't like. I'll do a panel if they offer it because it's HBO. But I only want to work with you. Like I want to work with you, Phil, and that's it. If it's, I don't want to be on there with other bullshit people. Like and I wouldn't. I just want to do like a one-time thing, just to say I did it, and then I just want to hang out for the rest of the time. I don't want to be like I'll say this, and I've said this before, and people have like, I know there's a lot of people out there. In the first year I went to the con, I tried to be on as many panels as I could because people were like, oh, I'm on 10 panels. It was like a bragging right, I'm on 10. But when you start realizing you have to run from this panel to this one to this one, it's not fun.
It's like the first day of school, it feels like.
It's
You're running from class to class.
And I also will say this too.
I kind of like it.
It's greedy. It's greedy to other people because what happens is you have your hardcore fans who feel like they want to support you, so they have to go to every panel that you're on because they want to support you, and they're doing a great thing by doing it. But by them doing that, they're missing out on other people. You're missing out on seeing other people. So I think that's a greedy situation. You should do a couple of panels and allow your fans to go to other panels so they can see other things going on instead of feeling obligated that they have to go to every one of your panels because they're trying to support you. So that's the way I look at it and stuff like that.
Will they have pool parties in February?
Yeah, a lot of places have indoor pools too. It's still warm. It's still warm in February in Vegas. Not as hot as you would think, but hot enough that some of the pools, the Lazy River might not be open, but like I think the pools, there'll be an indoor pool section.
Oh yeah, I was thinking like outdoor pool and getting smashed.
It depends. Like it depends how hot it is. If it's hot, there's some casinos that have nude beaches.
Yeah, it probably is indoor February.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google search that since we have a few more minutes.
That was the nerdiest spelling ever. She lowercase the O and the A because they're articles.
The pools would be open and heated for sure, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Listen, I'll be up in there, man. Shirtless and all. We
average temperature in February is like 70 degrees, so I think we'd probably still be on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be up in there like the mat, son. With Big Derek Brock, the bodybuilder, and 6'6" bodybuilder up in there rolling with us, right? So it's gonna be what it is and stuff like that. We going up in there showing out. That's just the bottom line. We going there showing the fuck out in fucking Vegas, walking the strip and everything else. That's the way it's going down at the fucking con. Can't wait. We're gonna have a great fucking time up in there, man. We got 5 minutes left. If anyone has anything to say for these last 5 minutes, have a question, please put it in there so that we can talk about it. We'd love to talk to you about it and stuff like that. Bridge 4 in the building. The usual suspects here, rocking with us right now, doing our thing. Fire, Bert, and everything else. Try to get Bridge back on a.
Maybe this may have been like the catalyst. I was kind of just like laying low, like. Because I was doing the whole sober thing. I'm doing well. I think I'm ready. I
don't want to do anything that.
Yeah. Let's see. Basically, we'll do
I wouldn't have come on tonight. Like I think I'm good. I think I've reached that point, where you're like, all right. So
basically, what I'll do is no pressure. But next Wednesday, when we're doing what if Khal Drogo didn't die, I'll send you the invite. If you want to pop in, you're welcome. If you're not feeling it, all good.
Yeah, we'll do that, and then the next one after that is what if Jaime Lannister never lost his hand? So, if you want to go through that and everything else, but
yeah, I'll send you the invite for both of those and give you the choice.
And that's what it is. But most important thing is that you're feeling good, you're doing good, and we don't want anything.
I haven't hung out with anyone since Con of Thrones. Like I do things, like I go to concerts and stuff, but it's all solo, and then I meet people, hang out with people. I technically haven't met up with people in like years.
I hear you, and I would say the same thing. Like, I hate people, so I realize that. I've been out a couple of weekends, and I've been to the bars, and I've met a couple of people out there, in the end, it's like I don't want to hang out with no one but y'all. Like y'all are my friends. These other people who are really physically by me, I hate them all. Like they don't get look. Oh, Tamara, Anthony, I have missed you.
Oh,
We've all missed you, Cat. We all missed you.
I typed it in the chat, and you said it before, Tone. But we like it was probably like 4 or 5 months ago. Love the new Avatar.
There is. Hopefully she can get out there and everything else. String Theory saying an official HBO will definitely have a Vax card only to attend. We'll see.
Vax card.
Then you have to have the shot to get in there.
Ooh.
It's 6 months from now. We'll see if they do it. Maybe it could be. I don't think it'll. They specifically said that they'll follow guidelines. I guess it all depends how it's going in per state to state and everything else. You may have to have a Vax card to get on the flight.
Yeah, or it might be a test within 24 hours. That I know some people that have traveled or get into events. Like my friend went to a hippie show, like a String Cheese Incident concert, and to get into the concert, they had to show proof of passing a negative test within 24 hours of attendance of the show.
Yeah, it could be some on-site test or something like that. I'm sure they will have something going on there, but let's not think of the bad stuff. Let's think about the good stuff, that everything else that's going to be good and everything else like that and all that.
100 something.
When does the new show come out? Is it next year?
Yeah, 2022.
Yeah, let's put this out here. Santeri's like, most likely show up here and there. Please keep my brother in your prayers, fam. He's going through some health issues. We got one love. Send the prayer people out here for Santivia's made his brother, and hopefully everything else works out for him and stuff like that. All right, we gotta bounce up out of here. I gotta work at fucking 4:30 in the fucking morning. And that's early. All right. And people don't understand.
Thank you for having me on real quick. I missed you guys a lot. Like I always work, but I missed
having me on. This is your channel too, so you come on anytime the fuck you want. All right. As always, thank everybody in the chat. Thank everybody out here rocking with us. And LT Giles, the answer to your question is Phil has been to Vegas. I have not, but we'll both be there when it comes down February. Hope to see all of you out there, especially my man Fernandez T. I'm definitely going to see you.
Last question. Someone else asked this, Tony. How much do you think the tickets are going to be?
Good question.
For the Valerian Steel, $350.
$350 for the a regular 3-day pass.
Yeah, regular 3-day pass is about $175 to $200.
If you're not a panelist or get access in as a panelist, how many days are you paying for attendance?
I would just give me personally.
Or are you getting the Valerian pass?
I would just get the big pass in this call of the day. Me personally, because look, we're about to leave, and Khaleesi Clue's sexy person is in here. She was already talking about going to there and everything, and on Facebook and stuff. So hopefully she does get her chance to go, and hopefully she shows up too and everything else. Shout out to Khaleesi Clues. Check out her channel. Great channel and everything else. I said I will watch from the beginning. I'm super excited. Hopefully you get out there and everything. I'm super excited to meet you and everyone else and all that good stuff and all that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely think that it's going to be a little dough to get up in there.
Yeah, I think it'll be like $65 to $70 a day.
Done deal. I will be there, and I think there's a lot of people who are going to be, because since it's the official one, that a lot of people will be there.
Okay, so you're 100%, Tony. I'm 60-40 right now. Bridge, what are you?
69.
69.
You're always 69, Bridge. That's
I don't know about that. To be honest, what day is it? It might be on my birthday. Now, don't say what day it is.
All right, that'll be even better. No, I'm 100%. I'm there. There's no doubt that I'm there. Right? I don't want to say nothing like that. I'm there. So don't worry about it. The Don will be there. That's what it is. And we'll get the usual suspects there with me no matter what. By hook or by crook, we all going to be up in there.
Wait, real quick, before you end the stream, I Googled that earlier. When did you come up with that phrase? I looked it up. It's from, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. It was another streamer, Chael's son, and said that exact same phrase today. So this is the second time I've heard it. I'd never heard that phrase.
Which one? By hook or by crook?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's an old. I don't know what the idiom is, but it's an old school, like a real old school expression.
That's right. That's the
I think
story.
I think it's a
literally
sales.
never heard it. I heard it twice today.
I think it's like a salesman thing. Like I'll either crook them out of their money or hook them. Like no matter what I'll do, I'll
That's
give them.
like I'm zero.
Yeah, actually, I looked it up. It means by all means necessary. Yeah.
I'm 0%. I'm keeping it underground. Just bring your ass. Get on the.
Jackie's still gonna call us the unusual suspects. I think both names work.
You can call whatever you want. You know what I mean?
And Bridge, I know you don't want to hear it, but it's February 18th through 20th.
No comment.
We will be up in there. Hopefully, y'all make it up there. We'll have more streams about it, everything else. Again, next Game of Thrones. What if Khal Drogo survived? We'll be on that on Wednesday. We'll be rocking that. Definitely tune in for that. Any other news breaks, we'll be back after that and everything. Kev, what do you got coming? Kev is, I put out a Wheel of Time video. I'm sure Kev's video is about to post if it hasn't already. Let the people know what you're doing.
The first thing tomorrow will be Wheel of Time, then there'll be Money Heist, and then basically Wheel of Time and Game of Thrones going forward.
Nice.
The Wheel of Time, guys, if you have watched the trailer, it's fun. Here's the elevator pitch. Like Rafe Judkins actually said this. He's the showrunner. And I can never describe it to people. How do you describe Wheel of Time? It's somewhere between Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. That's a perfect description of what Wheel of Time is. Yeah. It's going to be phenomenal, guys. So when it comes out, get Amazon Prime, check it out. You'll probably love it.
I'm glad I know nothing about it, so I can check it out and watch it. And tomorrow I'll be doing a stream on the first 3 episodes of the new Hulu series, Murder in the Building, with Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez. And it's the first 3 episodes drop this week, and each new episode drops on Tuesdays, and I'll be covering the show this season. If people are curious about that, it's a comedy murder mystery kind of show, and it's written and created, and I don't know if every episode's written, but it's definitely Steve Martin's hands all over it. So I'll be talking about that tomorrow afternoon or evening, and then talking about The Walking Dead with Joe on Sunday evening.
Nice. I'll be back. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'll be doing something.
I'm so pumped to hear you've read a bunch of the Wheel of Time now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But both you said you did before. Before is my favorite. Sorry.
We will do the whole thing on the Wheel of Time. I'm all about it. So we'll definitely rock all that.
That's cool, man.
I have some with LMR coming out. I forgot the name of the show, but it's on Apple TV. I'll be doing that show with LMR. I'm just waiting for her to catch up. And then we'll be doing live streams on that too and everything else. So, as always, if you like the way we do this, please thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and as always, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.